Welcome to Super Chats. I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Carlos.
And this week, we went to Breaking Dimensions in New York City. Let's talk about that.
This week, I challenged my friends to go to Brooklyn, New York and see a VTuber concert. You won't believe what happened next. We saw it.
Yeah.
All right.
So what we did was we went to the HoloID Breaking Dimensions concert in beautiful Brooklyn in New York City in America.
Brooklyn, New York. This is my first time in Brooklyn. I've only been to Manhattan before, also known as my turf.
I know. This is my first time being in New York.
At all, ever? Impressive.
I will say Brooklyn was actually really nice. This is my one minus mark against it. It's the first time I've been in a city that consistently smelled like diaper.
Yeah, you would take like 4 steps and be fine, and then you'd take 4 more steps and it would smell like human feces.
Very consistent diaper smell. Otherwise, pretty good. I liked Brooklyn. That's a solid A+ from me.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what's worse, that or being in DC for 3 years now for Otakon and it just smelling like skunk because everything is weed.
Everyone's smoking weed all the time, yeah.
The entire city smells like weed 24/7.
Weed City.
It's very much a thing. But that was the basically the only downside of New York City was the occasional smell. Aside from that, it was...
I've never related more of a city.
Aside from that, it was a really nice time that we had, frankly. We got there. We did this as a 3-day trip. It was a weekend trip for us. We managed to get tickets only for Saturday night.
Yes, I don't know how you get more tickets than those tickets, besides nefarious means.
Yeah, people have means. But either way, it was a 2-day concert. We were there live for Saturday. We watched, at least I watched the free version of the Sunday ticket. Did you guys see at least that part?
I caught a little bit of it.
I purposefully did not touch it because I just didn't want to know. It was going to bug me.
I'll probably watch the whole thing. I don't know, maybe we'll watch it at some point together, but I also have a friend that wasn't able to go, and he just bought weekend tickets for the whole thing.
Oh, sick.
Oh, nice.
For online, so I might just watch it with him, like over Discord someday.
There you go. Yeah, I'd like to see the second day in its entirety. The preview that I watched was like, I don't know, it was a weird thing where I was depressed that I wasn't there, so it was like almost upsetting to watch in some ways.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still like really good and entertaining. So I did like the free segment of day 2. But we're pretty much going to go over our whole trip at this point.
Yep.
I feel like it's all fun stories.
This is going to be a very much us episode. It costs a lot of money for us to go there, and a lot of luck, and a lot of spirit, and a lot of physical attributes of us as people. We're going to talk about our trip because it's not often we matter in the VTuber sphere.
And somehow the stars all aligned, and our trip was like basically as flawless as you could possibly hope for.
Precisely.
Yeah. So it started off, we had roughly a 5-ish hour drive from where we're living. We drove in, basically we got out of work on Friday and piled in my car, and I drove us to New York City.
New York City.
We had to drive through New Jersey, where we locked the doors.
Yep. I drove a little quicker for some reason.
Yeah. But we made pretty good time. There was some traffic, and there was some accidents and things along the way.
You drive way faster and way more aggressively than I do, by the way.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I can relate.
I was very much in the mood to get there and be there and not have to worry so much about driving. I went the speed limit the entire way. And
I believe you.
Yeah, I hope so. But either way, we got there in pretty good time. Checked into a nice little hotel.
Yeah.
It was it's called the L Hotel. I don't have a problem saying where it was at this point because we ain't there no more. You can't find us.
They go there. They like the bed. I know where they've been.
Right.
And I know how to find them now because that's all I have to do, I guess.
They're gonna get the exact bed sheets and find the pizza grease stain.
Yeah, fuck you, pizza grease stain. Fuck you.
We'll get there. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
Let me just tell 300 people Cameron made a grease stain. Right at the fucking start in front of my salad.
Calm down, Gigi Murrin.
No.
3 kisses. So we got to New York City. Thankfully parking was included, which was awesome.
We got there late. We pulled up to park.
It's probably like 9 or 10 when we got there.
We went to the back where we thought the parking might be. All the spots were taken. We up to the front, and we went in a place that looked like a parking space. I don't know. I have affectionate memories of a lot of little moments. Carlos just fucking looking over like, yeah, it looks like a parking space. Nick, is it though? Carlos like, looks like a parking space. Oh, look, there's another one. Nick's like, I don't know how to get it. I'm going to try to get into it. I actually don't know how to get it. Okay, we're in. Carlos, there's another park. I know, Carlos. Nick gets up. We all get out of the car. Nick goes, I'm going to go in and check us in. And I just kind of shortly, I thought we were all going to check in. I guess we only need one person to check in. We should probably watch the car. Nick comes back. Yeah, they said it's a parking space. We're just going to be here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back in the car and move it just in case. And Carlos like, yeah. And then we move up. And as he's moving up.
Yeah, I moved it back further into the parking space was my entire thing because I didn't want to come out and have half my bumper ripped off.
I just thought it was cute. And then I put my foot against a thing I thought was stone, and it turns out it's styrofoam not attached to the road in the slightest. So I accidentally moved his parking space a little bit. And then I moved it back. He gets out the car and looks at me like, yeah, good? It's like, yeah, good. Nothing happened. We grab our bags. We walk into the hotel. I'm filming because I think it's funny. And I like to film when people first go into the rooms. Also, it's good for insurance. I'm not super hyper paranoid, but I always take pictures of the room when I first get in, just in case. One hotel will try to fuck you out of nowhere.
True.
Thank you, weird internet habits that probably won't actually help me ever. And I will say, it was slightly cramped. It was a good room, actually, but it was slightly cramped. Mm-hmm. Also, keeping up a tradition, hotel TVs are consistently hilarious.
Yeah, you should have seen the one we had in DC for Otakon. It was like I don't know, 24-inch TV.
A 24-inch TV, but like 20 feet across the room.
Yeah, because that room was enormous, but there was no AC. So it was like hell. But
so we turn on the TV, and the first fucking thing me and Carlos see while Nick's in the bathroom unloading driver behaviors.
I was showering.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're done doing your driver sweat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was a vague umbrella term, but thank you for specifying, everyone. Nick showers.
I like to be clean.
He's a real-ass VTuber fan. We shower.
Yeah.
Shower and deodorize. Anyways, we turn on the TV, and the first fucking channel it's on is just full-blown, like, Russian newscaster. They're showing, like, things. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And me and Carlos are both sitting there tired out of our fucking minds. And Carlos looks at me, and I hated you for a little bit when you said this. I don't know why, I really did. But you said, I don't think that's Russian. I hated you so much. Like, motherfucker, it's Russian. I saw one of the squiggle letters I don't know.
I mean, there's how many Eastern European languages?
And yeah, like, I appreciate the sensitivity of that. I think my exact words, like, it could be Belarusian, it could be Ukrainian. I don't know, man. I just know the TV's weirding me out. So we start changing the channels. It goes from 77 to 76 to 82 to 105. Like, what the fuck's happening?
And that was the only channel in Russian.
Yeah, that was the only channel in Russian. I don't even know what we're getting out of that.
When I got out of the shower, you were on some channel that was in Japanese.
Yeah, so we stuck on that for a little bit. There was like 18 channels for the Spanish speakers. There was 2 channels for it was goofy. And then Carlos just pulls out the sage wisdom. Like, I brought my Roku. He pulls out his Roku. We're in the money. We get YouTube videos running. Tiniest speakers I've ever witnessed. This is super important to VTubers. We actually watch some VTubers. We settle in. I put on some VTubes, we watched them, and then we go to bed.
I basically like got in, took a shower, got out of the shower, picked a spot in a bed, and then just like fell asleep.
Yeah.
That was my entire experience.
You aggressively fell asleep.
Yes. These guys were watching videos, and I was like, whatever, and then just passed out.
I picked a bed, and I was hanging out with Carlos on his bed. Nick went to my bed that I claimed, and he said, and I quote, if you're not using it, you're losing it.
Basically,
he
yeah.
He slept next to the fan, too, so he woke up really cold, and I felt bad.
That's what I wanted. I woke up. So the air conditioner in our room, basically the vent for it was pointed at my leg.
Yeah.
Which means I woke up like fairly warm at one point, and I was like, all right, and I took my leg out from under the covers, and then I woke up and my leg was an ice cube, like frost on all of my leg hairs. And I was like, cool, and then I put it back under the cover, and I did that like 8 times throughout the night, just back and forth.
Okay, so when I woke up the next day, I had a New York checklist, because I've been to New York before, and my first trip to New York was kind of a disaster, but it was fun. And my second trip to New York was not planned, and we weren't there very long. I won't go into detail, but it's funny. So, I never had a bagel from New York. I want to get a bagel. I've let everyone organically agree where to eat.
First thing we did was we all showered.
Yeah, we all. Since we're at the showering stage, I shower and shit and pid.
Yep, there you go.
Actually, I don't shit. Not till end of trip. There you go. Cool details. I keep it in like an owl. One big pellet.
Whatever helps you get through the trip, bud.
It's mice carcassy.
But once we get up and around and shower and cleaned up and everything, we decide, all right, we need food.
Yeah, we're not going to fucking Anime NYC. Jealous of you folk.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
Not happening. The Saturday tickets were the ones that were sold out the hardest. So we basically like, all right, well, let's find somewhere for a bagel.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure we all universally agreed it's New York. We got to get a
New
bagel.
York, baby.
Bagel time.
Bagel time.
We look and there's a couple of different places. There's one place around the corner. It's called, what is it, just Big John's?
It's like Hungry John or something like that. Yeah, Big John. Big Hungry John. So
Yeah.
We'll just call it Hungry John.
And so we go, all right, well, let's go check this place out. If it doesn't look great, well, there's another place that's really bougie looking down the street. We'll go look at it.
Yeah.
We get to this place, we look at the menu, and by the time we finish looking at the menu, we're basically like, all right, fuck it, let's go in.
Yeah.
Like,
Because we're being weird. We're looking through a window. It doesn't seem like a place you're supposed to look at the window for too long. It's touristy as fuck.
It was like a little local place. It was not that expensive. It was pretty decent, honestly.
yeah, I don't think it was expensive at all.
No, not in the slightest. Also, we were all dressed for the VTuber concert we were going to be going to later in the day.
Yeah.
Because we weren't 100% sure when we'd get back to the hotel.
So we're all just wearing like weeb-ass weeb shirts.
We walk in, and I cannot like verbatim recreate the conversations we had, but I need you to understand the man running this store is John New York his very self.
Yeah, he's there to welcome us to the city. Is what he's doing.
He is New York concentrate. He throws the menus towards us. He tells us, just take a seat, whatever you want, just let me know. All right. Then he turns to someone else and starts just fucking yelling with them like, these fucking phones.
He's literally got like a guy there he knows that's just hanging out, and he's just yelling at the guy back and forth.
And while we're in there too, is like the first thing he asks us to is like coffee. You want coffee?
Yeah, that's the first thing.
What do you want in it? It's like, okay, coffee.
Coffee and waters.
It's New York hospitality.
Waters with no ice and coffee.
Yeah, tap water, just literally the sink out in front.
So good.
That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I just want this part at the very least. This part's funny. This is our unique content. We all settle in. We're ordering stuff, and then finally he asks the New York ass question, which is, "You guys aren't from around here. Where'd you pull in from?" And I go, "Oh, we're from PA. We're from Pennsylvania." And he goes, You know about that smorgasbord?" Funnily enough, I do. I've been looking into that smorgasbord. It's the largest buffet in the USA.
It sure is.
I tell him yes. He goes, So, like, you know, the Amish and stuff. I go, yeah. We get a lot of backstory about this man and his relationship with the Amish.
This man really likes Amish women.
This man
He's spending some time with them.
He parties with the Amish. He tells us facts about the Amish. He goes, "You going to a Taylor Swift concert?" Anyways, yeah, the Amish, they love to drink. They party so fucking hard.
He's literally just like, those Amish women, and then goes, I'm just like,
He walks over to a family and goes, French toast for the kid? All right. You hear about those girls, those Mennonites? Jeez Louise.
Just like, it's so funny because he's constantly keeping up a conversation with like 3 different groups.
It's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, he's just like, every time he comes back to us, he's just like, but the Amish women.
Yeah, we gotta keep up to date. Can't let that thread slip out of our fingers.
It's so fucking good.
He really, really wanted to know what we were doing specifically in New York.
Yeah, we're just like, I'm pretty sure I said we're in town for a concert, and he's just like, it's not for that Barbie musical or whatever, is
God.
it? No? Oh, okay. You're not here for Taylor Swift, are you?
All
No.
3 of us psychically agreed we cannot tell this man what we're here for.
We will get beaten and robbed.
This man will decide we are weak, and I am not weak. I've been going to the gym for 2 years. I am not weak. I am strong. Leave a comment down below. Rate me 1 out of 10 how strong I am. If it's a 10, you might get entered to win something.
Oh, probably not.
It's a hug. Asterisk hug.
So we order bagels, except for Carlos, who orders an English muffin for some fucking reason.
Carlos, the second he enters New York, I want an English muffin.
It's like my favorite thing. Cameron, bagel with you got a bagel
Scallion
with,
cream
yeah,
cheese.
Yeah, you got a bagel with a schmear, scallions.
Most cream cheese I've ever seen on a thing in my life.
That's a schmear. I got a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. And he's just like 2 eggs, and I was like, yeah, sure, 2 eggs.
Yeah, sure. I've never once in my fucking life put 2 eggs on a bagel, but thank you.
Let's go. Fuck it, we party. Pictures here if we remember to put them in. So we get our bagels. Best fucking bagel I've ever eaten.
Pretty fucking good bagel.
It's so goddamn good. It's thick and doughy and delicious and fucking phenomenal. The toppings are all on point. How was your English muffin?
It was very good.
Hell yeah.
It was probably the biggest English muffin I've ever had.
I mean, hey, you got that.
they made it there.
Yeah. It was all fresh. It was all really good stuff. On the way out the door, we all go up and pay. And then on the way out, he's just like, hey, wallets in your front pockets. Keep your heads up.
Yeah. Oh,
don't get killed, basically.
don't get killed. Don't start fights.
Yeah.
Just be nice. Like, just fucking like pretty good tourist advice.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this guy liked us and he wants us to have a good time. This was good. This was a good pick.
That was like, we walked in and the first thing he's just like, where are you guys from? Because like he just made us
We are
tourists
tourist
immediately.
as fuck.
I've got a camera bag. Like, yeah.
Do I look like I've been raised in the city?
It's very obvious. So we got a good breakfast under our wings, right?
Yeah.
I like how we haven't even talked about VTubers at all. We're getting there.
We're talking about our fucking trip. We paid hundreds of fucking dollars. And this is about us. This is an us podcast.
That's true.
Every time a podcast guy goes on trip, they talk about their trip first. I just fucking Castle Super Beast talked about Woolie's trip to Greece for like an hour.
I don't know who that is. They probably don't have many views.
Why are we doing that? You want to do that? You want to do that forever from now? You want to talk about views? Is that our metric? Okay, I'll bring up views from now on.
I like how that triggered Cameron in a way I've never seen before. Cameron immediately just like, really? In our glass house?
Yeah, right? Who are we to talk? We don't...
That's the comedy. That's the funny part. We're literally nobody.
I'm playing a part in this.
Oh, see,
yeah.
now that's the thing. All right, back to the
joke
goddamn story.
education. You learned a lesson. Wallets in your front pocket. Don't start in fights.
There you go. We leave Big John's.
Big Joe Star.
We go to.
This is the part where we go to the market.
That is the part where we go to the market. So there was like 2 things that were really neat that I enjoyed. The hotel that I picked because it was the closest one that still had space, was reasonably priced, and was fairly close to the theater. It was even closer to a place called Industry City, it turns out. Industry City in Brooklyn, if you're familiar, is this neat little collection of buildings where they have a ton of different little artist shops and artisans and all kinds of stuff, and just kind of specialty retail stores. It's a really neat little environment to walk through. They also have a bunch of outdoor areas for like different events.
Yeah, for families and shit.
Yeah, and just kind of like playgrounds and stuff. They apparently have live music there quite frequently.
A neat little. It was 6 buildings the
and
size
all
of
multiple floors.
like the size of apartment complexes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Industry City is the size of the city we actually live in if you compacted all the people.
Honestly. Oh, God. It should be mentioned, the first thing we saw was a forge. Like, where they make, like,
It's just
swords.
like literal blacksmithing classes
Literal
happening,
blacksmithing.
which is really fucking cool, and I wish I was there to sign up. Either way, we wander through because we were like, all right, well, there's a micro center here, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Let's go look through. We need to see if we can find concert earplugs because Cameron had forgotten his.
Yes, so I'm a musician, and I'm a person who wants to hear later on in my life. And a golden rule of thumb is have earplugs for concerts. That way you don't get tinnitus. I have little baby tinnitus. If that shit gets any worse, life will not be dream.
Yeah. Tinnitus does suck. So we're like, all right, well, there's this music store in Industry City. Let's go check it out. All of the music stores are closed. They're
Every
not
single
opening. Not a single one opens again until Monday. So, okay, well, that sucks. We go, all right, well, let's look around at the other stuff. And we wander around and we go, I was like, oh, there's a Daiso here. I've never been in a Daiso. Let's go in that.
Yeah, okay, we'll walk in the day, so whatever.
Yeah. We went to, what was the place that we went to first, actually?
Oh, man, you're challenging my memories.
Was it the liquor store?
The liquor store was near the end of the first trip there.
Yeah. I don't
First,
know.
we
went to a few
wandered
different
around.
places, though.
We wandered around. We went to this one like place. I remember because I got the Turkish Delight in that grocery store ass place.
Oh, yeah.
Got that. Then we like start looking around. We found the Japanese area.
Yeah. We also found that horrifying Sasquatch thing.
Oh, I love Sasquatch person.
Yeah.
Let me look up his name. I really want people to know about him.
Either way, his picture will be in here. Eventually, though, the most important thing was we found ourselves in Japan Village, which is this neat little collection of different places that are all together, and they're all themed around, of course, Japan. So there's like a place that'll teach you how to sew and do Japanese clothing. Go ahead, what is his name?
Hello, my name is Grouch's Lurk. I am one of 6. Tag me in pics so I can share them with my family.
There you go. We got to meet Grouches. And then they also have in Japan Village back there, they have a book off. They have like a bunch of different sweets vendors and things. They have a ton of different food selections, and there's a Japanese grocery store. We basically we spent a pretty good amount of time in book off, which was really neat because I haven't been to a book off since June of last year when I was in Japan. And so we got to do that. Like I said, we got to check out Daiso, which is literally just a dollar store, but from Japan. They just picked it up and dropped it here. Lots of cool stuff. I don't think I bought anything the first time around, but we did all that, and we like got to wander through there. And we spent a lot of time looking at stuff.
And ultimately, how we ended our first trip to that little area was right before we left, Nick saw a sign that said there was a liquor store, a Japanese liquor store nearby. And we all went, oh, that'd be cool. I guess we can check that out on the way out. We open the door that we think is going to be it, and we get to the other side, and there's this old Japanese man standing at like a waiter area. You see the please wait to be seated. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, we're in a restaurant.
We just triggered a Pokemon trainer, and he walks and goes, are you here to eat? It's like, oh, no. We're looking for the liquor store. We're sorry, wrong door. And he stops us before we leave and goes, wait. And he like gestures, and we follow him, this old fucking man, probably like in his late 70s. And he opens the door and goes, over here. And he points us to the liquor store.
He literally walks us into the front door, like says something to the guy behind the counter. It's just like, for you.
This was outside, too. He walked us out the back of the restaurant.
Yeah. And then to the liquor store, which was actually next door.
At that moment, I made a silent pledge that I owe this man some of our commerce later. This was one of the nicest people I've ever seen.
So we go into the liquor store. We find a couple different things. Cameron found a sweet potato based sake.
It was a dark sweet potato sake. It was some sort of a type of liquor I'd never encountered before. It has a dark, rich flavor to it. It's not too overwhelming. Mm-hmm. It's kind of similar-ish to how whiskey tastes to some folk, but it's a lot more mild. It was really interesting. Very much so, I bought a bottle of it. No idea when I'm going to drink it next. The guy who worked the register told me like a million ways to actually drink it. It all boiled down to they usually don't drink it straight. They usually do something to it.
Yeah.
Which is good to know after I drink it straight.
Yeah, because we sampled it there.
Yeah.
Straight and warm.
I asked for his suggestion, the guy that was working there, and he gave me he's just like, here's 4 different options. And I was like, that one sounds yummy. Let's get it. Also, there's a whale on it, so it's cool looking. And so, yeah, that's the one that I bought. It's light and fruity and quite delicious. I am going to be buying more of it in the future because I've still got some to drink, but when I'm through with it, I will want more of it. It is delicious. So yeah, we had a really good experience there, and then we decided, all right, we've got all this stuff. Let's get back to the hotel real quick. Oh yeah, we ended up walking way out of our way by several blocks to try and find another place that was
a guitar shop.
A guitar shop.
We tried one more.
It was also closed.
It was closed forever.
Forever. It was no longer open.
Google said it was open today. Green text. It's gone forever.
Yeah, we get there and there's a realty sign on it.
It's embarrassing.
Unfortunate that. So we're like, screw it. We walk back to the hotel. Drop off all the stuff that we've bought so far, right?
Yes.
All right, well, we've only got a couple hours left. I want to hit Micro Center. That was one of the things. Micro Center is like across the street from our hotel. I've never been inside a Micro Center. Let's go to Micro Center.
It was right next to where we just were.
Yeah. So we walk over and go into Micro Center. We wander around there, check out all the cool shit in Micro Center. I almost buy a Super Nintendo controller, and then I stop myself, and I'm like, I don't need this. It's okay. We'll be fine. At that point, we didn't do... Oh, yeah. At that point, we went back to the Japanese restaurant that we had walked through earlier, and we got ourselves, it was a late lunch, early supper kind of deal, basically.
Yeah, basically the way I plan out with the boys is, if we're going to go at this time, we either eat right now, or we have to eat something really quick a little later.
Yep.
So we chose right now. So we went so we could actually sit down. We decided on that place because, again, the owner made a good impression. The menu looked good. It was kind of a weird menu. I'm not familiar with that style of restaurant. It was mostly just grilled food.
It was a Japanese restaurant based around izakaya food a lot, which is just a traditional Japanese bar.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of small items that are very cheap, like $2 to $3 a serving, and you get like 5 pieces of whatever you order on a stick, because they literally just grill it there and then give it to you. They had a lot of really traditional items that you don't normally see in the U.S., things like cartilage and gizzards and things like that don't normally see.
I got fried pumpkin.
Yes.
You could also, it looks like you could reserve traditional Japanese restaurant tables
Yeah.
where you had to sit on your knees on a pillow.
They had tatami mat areas where you would be sitting at a low table on a tatami mat, and you would have like the traditional floor chairs and things like that. They were really interesting, but they were for reservation only.
Yeah, they were all reserved at that point.
Yeah. They also had, as we got, just regular full meals. You can get chicken teriyaki if you want. You know, they had like full meals. And they also had drinks available.
Yep.
Cameron.
I was waiting for that. Okay, so I ordered the fried pumpkin and chicken katsu. And at that point, I'm also like, all right. So let's talk about mental space. We're going to touch on VTubers just a little bit. These two boys are fully hyped. They're ready to go. They don't need any selling. I'm the guy who misses every 3D live ever. Even for the girls that I like and want to listen to. Because I don't know, something about it always kind of strikes me as a little off. I'm coming from the space where it's like concerts to me are live musicians, as much live stuff as possible, and it's a certain vibe. And also usually they're real people who are actually like physically on the stage. So I was very much like, if I'm going to do this, go to this, I need to be a little prepared for the magic. I need to pregame this concert just a little bit. And I haven't drank in a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit convincing, Carlos. Don't mislead the audience. Don't misunderstand.
You needed just a little bit.
Just a little bit of confidence. Just a little bit of liquid confidence. So
Courage.
I wasn't going to get the beer because I might not be able to finish a beer. I'm rough on beers. I'm not fully acclimated. But I know I can finish sake. I've had a lot of good sakes. I've even had some expensive sakes. And I consistently like sake. So I go, sir, may I please have some of your Mount Fuji sake? And he goes, yes, of course. I'm sitting back, relaxing. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to my fried pumpkin. It's going to rule. Chicken katsu, I haven't had that in a little bit. I got that because it's been the longest time since I've had that. The man arrives, and he brings a sake glass, and it's inside a wooden rice box. I'm confused, but okay, that seems good. He starts to pour the sake, and he fills the glass, and I go, excellent. He fills the glass to the brim. I go, all right. It starts to overflow into the wooden box. Okay. It starts to fill the one box. I go, that's enough. And then he walks away. I look at Nick, punchable fucking face. He looks so assured. I look at Carlos, not too far away.
I was a little smug because I knew this was coming. I have made more of a study of Nippon than Cameron has.
You've been studying the blade for much longer.
I've been a weeb my entire life, sir. This is what's called a masu cup.
Yes.
This is a traditional way of serving sake, and basically it is a show of respect if you are pouring for and gratitude if you're pouring for a guest, or if you are a restaurant and you're pouring it for the guest at a restaurant. It is a sign of like gratefulness that you give them more than they anticipated or that they asked for.
Well, you got that.
And so that's exactly what happened. Is it's a traditional way of serving it. You put the glass in the wooden cup, and then you overfill the glass so that the cup, you're literally, your glass runneth over, and then you have extra. You have more than you were ready for.
And by the way, this was a absolutely massive shot glass.
Yeah, this was
Jesus
much more than a shot. Which you don't drink sake as a shot anyways.
Yeah.
But it's a goodly amount.
It is an absurd amount of sake.
It was the size of like 3 or 4 shots.
I think it cost $10, and I thought I was going to get like a little diddly amount, but I got quite a bit. So I start to drink it, and unfortunately, it takes me a while to come to a conclusion. I think Carlos reached much sooner than I. Unfortunately, the wooden cup is not watertight.
Yeah,
so
this
it's
was
just
not
fucking leaking.
I have a set of Masu cups actually, and they're not actually made for this. They're They're made simply for drinking sake. But already of the 2 that I have, one of them has split because of the fact that they get wet and they dry, they get wet and they dry, and they split eventually.
I'd like to set you on the path I'm on. I have drank just enough of the sake, and it's been so long since I had any alcohol that it's already affecting me and making me a goofy goober. I am now in a situation where for the first time in my entire life, a restaurant has served me something that is leaking, and I need to decide how to fix the leak.
The answer is simple. You simply drink.
Yes, but I've never drank from a wooden cup. This seems bizarre. Eventually, I do that, and then the food arrives and we eat it.
Yes.
I torment Carlos because I get buzzed. I get white boy buzzed.
I had chicken katsu, and Carlos, you had
I had karage.
karage. Yes, you had it's just fried chicken.
Japanese fried chicken. By the way, best fried chicken I've ever had.
Yeah.
By a lot. The juiciest fried chicken I have ever had. They gave me some great sweet and spicy sauce. It was great.
Also, I want to correct you real quick. You said you had chicken katsu. You had pork katsu.
Everyone, I would like to announce my resignation from Super Chats.
I'm not doing anything harmful. I'm just making sure we're clear.
Everyone, I'd like to resign my resignation.
Good. Glad to have you back on the team. We've cut your pay.
From 0 to what?
You now have to pay to be here.
Okay.
Okay. We had a delicious meal, is the point. After
Succulent
that,
Japanese dinner.
succulent Japanese.
R.I.P.
Rest in
King.
peace. Yeah. It's like we're on a wavelength. So after that, I'm like, there's 2 ways we can get there, or 3 ways technically. We could have driven. No.
Oh, thank God we fucking did it.
Yeah, we could have gone ahead and gotten our first experience of public transportation in Brooklyn. No. And the third option was we Uber, which we Ubered.
Yes,
It
we
was
Ubered.
a little expensive, but that's life in it. I'd basically figured it would be a little expensive.
So we Uber. A van man arrives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a white van.
White van.
Picks us up, is just like, hey guys, how's it going? Friendly guy. We didn't talk pretty much the whole ride because we're all socially awkward. But it was...
It's probably another thing. Mm-hmm. That's probably something that you're immediately going to go, oh yeah, duh. Uber drivers are like actively incentivized not to talk because you tend to get better tips and ratings if you don't say a word.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like if we had engaged, I'm sure he would have chatted.
He probably would have because he'd be like, okay, these guys are going to fucking shit on me if I talk.
Yeah, but like that, you're right, 100%. Basically, the option is if like leave the door open for conversation, but don't start a conversation if the riders don't want one, and we didn't really want one. So we, it's probably 20 minutes across town. We get to where we're going. We hop out. Tell the guy thanks for everything. Have a great one.
Oh, hold up.
Go
You're
ahead.
skipping the best moment. It's when we first pull up. Mm-hmm. Where he's
right.
driving towards this big cluster of traffic, and he's like, He pulls up, and there's this fucking line of people. I don't know what he thinks of the line at first, but he pulls up, and he starts to go, all right, your destination's... He looks, and he looks at us. Is this you? And he points at the line. We go, yeah,
Yep.
that's us. And he just fucking lights up like, oh, good luck. Holy shit. And we go, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
We got our tickets.
We start getting up to where we need to go, and I'm just telling the guy, you may as well just drop us off
Yeah,
here.
this is
We're gonna
us.
have to walk back that way anyway.
It was the most human moment from him. He was like really tight, focused, locked in. The second that comes out, the human opens up. He goes, oh, that's fucking funny. All right, you guys have fun.
Yep. We then decide, okay, we get out of the minivan, we thank him for the ride, and we go, okay, let's find the end of the line. We begin walking, we cross a street, we continue walking, we have to go around a corner. We're now several blocks away. As we're walking past a line of VTuber fans who are all very cool and very fun people. Everyone's having a great time. Some of them are lined up in front of people's houses. This is my favorite moment. Because as we're walking, we hear somebody go, "What is this for?" And then someone in the line goes, "You remember when they brought back Biggie and Pac?"
An immediate recognition.
And the guy's just like, "Yeah." And like I bust up laughing. I'm like, that is the best fucking way to introduce VTubers to anyone ever.
If that person
So good.
If that person can consistently build cultural bridges that wide and vast, they should be a fucking ambassador.
100%.
That man can prevent wars.
And so we get to the end of the line, and the guys in front of us are really fun,
Yep.
and the guys behind us are really fun. We're chatting with them
Clowns
off
behind
and on.
me, clowns in front of me.
Yeah, we're all here for a good time.
So the fun thing about this too, concert supposed to start at 6. Doors is supposed to open at 5.
Yes.
We are at the back of the line, several blocks away, at 20 till 5.
Yes.
And the line kept going after us.
Yeah, it looped back like at least once upon itself.
We were already multi-city blocks away from it, and we weren't even the halfway point of the line. We were in like the first third.
Yeah, we were actually not that full because we got there and we were like, we're gonna be in line forever. We were fine.
Yeah, we were perfectly fine. We were in the fucking arena on time. We were in the seats.
So we hop in line. At some point, some guy walks by and Carlos is wearing a fauna shirt, and the guy goes, "You're a sapling. Here, have a sprout." And he gives Carlos a sprout. Carlos has his sprout on set. It's right here. It's got a little clip on it. Carlos put it on his shirt. So
I do want to point one of the first things Carlos said to me when we first got to the hotel was, I was contemplating bringing the Man I Love fauna hat. I decided not to. I'm like, okay. We get there and there's so many fucking people that look like Carlos, but they brought their hat. Yep. Because they have their shirts, they have little saplings, they have their hat. Carlos just grabs his sapling and like sadly puts it on his shoulder. It's like, oh, you should have brought your hat, man.
There was dozens of people there with fauna hats.
Oh my god!
I guess, man, they love fauna a little bit more.
I really am sad because I wanted to bring Jimmy and I wanted to put him in my KFP backpack or bag or whatever and just like have him with me, but I didn't. I didn't end up doing it. I should have. But I wasn't even wearing a VTuber shirt. I was just wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I wore the Shiori shirt. I was there for my girl.
Yep.
I met one other Shiori fan, and they said, and I quote, as they saw me for the first time, "Novel Light," and I go, "Yeah, that's my man."
So yeah, that was the other thing is as we got closer, they had like a little zigzag area for people to walk through, like to try and bunch the lineup at the front. And so we walked past the same people like 5 times at the end.
Yeah, it was funny.
Cameron got recognized as being a novelite and everything.
I was like one of 3 people wearing Shiori merch.
It was,
And one person really wore Shiori merch.
oh yeah.
One person came in cosplay. God bless.
Yeah.
There was so much neat stuff there. So many interesting things. Like the guy that had a hat made entirely of fauna keychains. There's the guy that had he had a custom made shirt with Sad Yago on the back of it.
There was a bunch of really cool folks. There was a lot of folks in cosplay. It's the same weekend as Anime NYC, so a lot of folks just came over from there. My favorite thing was like I was looking on Twitter and somebody had posted a video of like a lot of the bigger named cosplayers and stuff, and a lot of like bigger names in the community. Jimmy Weebshooter and the like, and Maddie, and these folks that are like they're more famous in the community. They had all like got a party bus. And like, there's just video of them walking up to the party bus and getting on and finding out there's stripper poles, and then video of everybody dancing. Like, it was really fucking funny. And they literally hired a party bus just to bring them over from the Anime NYC to the Breaking Dimensions concert and back. So a lot of cool things like that happened. I don't think I saw anybody that I recognized.
No, I wouldn't recognize anyone.
Yeah. So either way, they were there. I know because Twitter told me so.
Thank you, Twitter.
So we get there and we finally get up to the doors and we manage to get into the theater. It's a beautiful theater.
It's opulent.
Yes, very much so. After that, it's basically, okay, where are we sitting, right?
We find our seats without very much drama.
Yeah. No, it's very straightforward. We walked past them at first and then we're like, oh, we got to double back. It was funny because we were in row I, the letter I twice. But like it looked like Roman numeral 2, so at first we're like, are we in row 2? What the hell? And then eventually we figured it out. We got to the right place. We got seated. There's not a full theater around us. By the time we got in, it was probably 5:40.
Yeah.
Right. Show's supposed to start in 20 minutes.
Maybe a little bit later than that because it definitely took us over an hour to get in.
Yeah. Either way, show's not starting. I checked Twitter on my phone and it's just like, we delayed for a half hour. Okay, cool. You guys go and use the bathroom. By the time you get back, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom too if we're delayed anyways. Go take care of that. Get back to the seat, sit there, hang out for a little bit, just kind of like watch people, in the theater. Figure out how the pen light works. All these things, because I hadn't actually pulled the power tab on mine yet.
Watching everyone party.
Yeah, everybody's just having a good time. People are shouting and stuff. I checked Twitter. Oh, okay, we're delayed another half hour. I'm going to go get drinks and stuff. Go to the concession stand, spend basically $50 on a few waters and a snack. Not a lot.
Like 3 liquid deaths and the smallest popcorn you've ever seen.
Yeah.
The personal size popcorn for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother.
Half of a personal popcorn. Either way, though, spend the money where you can, I guess. Can't take it with us, blah, blah, blah. Whatever helps me justify the fact that I spent that much fucking money on snacks and drinks. Either way, get back. Okay, show's about to start. 7 o'clock, an hour later than planned, but everybody's here. Everybody's ready. Let's get going.
Let's go.
All of this has been lead up to part 1. The concert begins.
The concert has begun.
We start off with some hype reels and all the good stuff. You can see the entire first part of this at the beginning of the concert, and the first, I think, 3 songs are available for free on YouTube.
Yes.
And then the first like intermission thing that they do where they just chat with
Yeah,
them.
you
Yes.
get the first MC section and they cut you off.
It was for both days. You could do this.
Yep.
Which, by the way, my buddy was looking up the free sections too before he bought the tickets just to see what it was like. He's like, why is day 1 an hour longer than day 2?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Because apparently, we found out on the way home, I checked on my phone on the way home that day 2 appeared to have started at least mostly on time.
Yeah, day 2 was a lot better organized.
And there we go. They definitely made some improvements and some notifications online and stuff for people so that day 2 did run smoother. They started off with the song Reunion by HoloLive English, Myth.
God.
We had all of the Myth girls on stage. I was already losing my mind. That's Kiara. That's my girl. I'm shouting. I'm happy. I'm joyful. You guys enjoyed this, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I had to like break the ice with my brain a little bit too at the beginning, because I'm like,
Everybody holds back at the start of the concert.
so
That's
I'm
how
like,
it goes.
this is my first time being at something like this. I feel like turbo cringe right now. After you break that off a little bit, it's like, okay, yeah, this is a great time.
Carlos, why do you think I drink the sake? To get through that part a little bit quicker.
I have much less of a filter.
I just watched the beginning of it. It's like, okay, this is one of the songs I don't super love. Okay, the sake's mostly worn off, but I'm good. So that's what the screens are like. Mm-hmm. I kind of see what they're going for. It wasn't as advanced as I thought it is, but it's cool. Okay, like when you don't really focus, it kind of feels right. Okay, I did not need earplugs. I am fine.
Yeah. I will say that watching online has its own advantages, whereas watching in person has other advantages. Watching online, you have a much better balance of audio because they basically turn down the crowd and up the talents.
You do not know how loud that crowd is until the song "We Are Fuamoko" plays. You are now aware of how loud that audience actually is IRL.
That audience was already loud.
Yeah,
Or
at the start.
It started loud.
Or anytime Mume was on screen.
Okay, we can't even talk about that yet. That's just way too soon to bring up Mume.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
That's gonna be
for
a
thing. So whenever you're at this is the first time I've been to one of these two, but I've wanted to go to a projection screen concert for basically the past decade since Hatsune Miku first arrived in New York. More than a decade. I'm old. All right. So the point is, though, this has been a dream for me. This is a big thing. I'm really excited. When you're in person, it's more of a people on screen experience. You have different angles on different screens on the side, but basically you're there for the screen. When you're watching online, they do a lot more 3D compositing. They do a lot more 3D movement and video, and so you get a better feel for the depth of things.
I will say, if you watch it online, you get the vastly better viewing and music experience. But if you're there in person, the experience of being there in person is just not even comparable.
There is something magical about being surrounded by 2,997 people you have never talked to in your entire life, but you're all there for the same thing. You're all there to cheer for these fucking entertainers. You're all there to express how much you care about them and how much of a great time you're having, and you're there to do it with everyone else. There is nothing quite like that community experience you get of just screaming with people that are there for the same thing and getting to show the people on stage how much you fucking care. It is something else. That was like intoxicating. By the end of that concert, I left and I was immediately depressed because I was like coming down from a high.
I am here. All these people love me. The streets of New York are cold. I have nothing to go home to.
No, those people don't love me. Those people don't give a fucking shit about me, but that's okay. They don't have to. I'm there for like the people on stage, and I'm just happy that everyone else is too.
I always have a thought whenever I watch these shows. It's probably because some of the first concerts I went to had a lot of songs about rebellion. My thought is always this: if we all had a single enemy, we could eliminate them.
Right? Like, it's community. It's community building. So I will say it is visually and auditorially less of an experience if you're there live for the music. But if you are there for the community and for the just sheer joy and expression and vibes, this is second to none. This was one of the peak moments of concert going in my life. It's this and Queens of the Stone Age. Like the two best concert experience I've ever had, you know? So if you can go to one of these in the future, I cannot possibly recommend it enough. It is so worth doing. That's my standpoint.
Try and go to a sold out one. I think if it's just 3 guys, it might not work.
I don't think you'll have to be worrying about that for a long time, if ever.
That'd be so fucked if next year for no reason we 3 guys show up
And it's just us.
Yago tweets like, "What happened?" And just 1,000 people reply to us. "Oh, I had work that day. I was busy." It's like, "What? PT? What last year?"
Last year, people flew in from Europe. What the fuck?
It's like, "Oh, we'll go next year," and then next year hits and 3,000 people go again. It's like, "Okay, this was a good year." Now, what the? Just makes last year worse, doesn't it?
It's like Otakon.
Get fucked, Otakon.
Otakon. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where like Otakon is kind of they had some rough years there, but they're back now.
Well, everyone did, but yeah, all the same.
That's true. Yeah.
So, concert. First up was that Big Idol song by the Hollow Myth.
Yes, their group song Reunion. Nice song, very good. I enjoy.
So after that myth goes away, I'd like to talk about a running gag I do. I would stop doing it if Nick ever once didn't laugh at it, but he laughed every single fucking time.
I have the mind of a child.
So every single time they turn into gems and the gems vanish, and my brain immediately goes, "Oh, that's what happens to gems in Steven Universe when they die." So every single time they turn into gems, I turned to Nick and I said, "Dead."
Every time I'm just like, they took him out back. Like,
I would stop doing it if I detected like condescension even once. If I could tell one time Nick was smiling just to get me off his back, I would immediately stop because the joke got old. I don't think it got old because he laughed every time really genuinely.
I mean, like, yeah, it was pretty. Here's the thing: you didn't do it every song, but
no, of course not. If it was a good, important thing, no. Except for the big moment, I did say it after that one.
Well, yeah,
that was really funny.
I also want to point out that Carlos and I, being good people, purchased the merchandise for the concert ahead of time with the pure hope and like spirit in us that we would get tickets. Cameron, unfaithful, unbelieving, did not buy the concert merchandise, which is why I have a pretty pen light right here that glows.
If I bought a pen light and we didn't go to the concert, I would have been kind of upset.
I would have been shaking my pen light at home while watching the digital version.
You could have my pen light. I don't want
I would have been heartbroken about it too. I wouldn't be able to look at it.
Okay, like that's the part where like I guess I'm still hung up on it. Pick at that scab if you will. Why do I have to buy merch that you use at a concert before you know you're going to it? I don't want to keep a pen light around my home. I don't want to buy a shirt for a concert. Can you still buy the shirt or is it gone now?
I think they did a second run of merch. I don't know if it's still available.
I don't know.
Because they were selling like the fan and stuff and the acrylics too.
Why would I buy a shirt for a concert I haven't even confirmed I can go to yet? These should have opened. I don't know. I'm being weird.
It's one of those things where that's just the way they run Hollow merchandise. I think it's just the way that it goes.
I mean, it's 100% that. They introduced shirt sizes and it was like done in the weirdest way possible on their website. It's not drop-down menu. It's like different items.
Shirt is still available.
Thank God. Okay, that's fine then. That's perfectly fine. That's very acceptable.
Yeah, you can also get some stuff from Height and stuff like that too.
I actually would have lost my mind if the shirt was no longer available.
The pen light's sold out.
I don't want it anymore.
I definitely do. I want 5 more. So either way, the point that I was actually getting towards at this point is that I had a pen light. It's right here. Carlos had a pen light. Cameron, sad.
Yep, I'm nobody.
Abomination, no pen light.
Standing between the two of us, no pen light.
It's fine. I blend in.
This became important later on whenever some folks that Cameron likes showed up. I believe her name is Shiori.
Fucking Shiori gets a solo song.
And so at this point, we'll go song by song and actually talk about them. But it was at that point that I literally switched the pen light to white, Shiori's color, and then just handed it to Cameron, and I was like, this is wrong for me to have right now.
I went as hard as I humanly could.
Yeah. So we all did get to go and get involved with it. But let's go song by song and then point out stuff about the songs as you please. The second song, Iris takes the stage solo. Wonderful to see. Awesome. Really cool. Carbonated Love, her original song, Eurobeat. Driving bass.
So I'm excited because right away, the fact that we're an Idol concert means the song selection has deeply narrowed to a lot of songs Cameron doesn't deeply love. And the songs I do love are just no chance. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna. Trouble Wander's not gonna get played here, folks. But anyways, so Carbonated Love, I actually really like the song. I'm digging it. I'm excited for it. Iris comes out. She does her do dance. We get like na 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 na. Have you ever been in a room when 3,000 men all at once are stimulated at the exact same moment?
I have now.
Hey, there were women there too. They were probably also stimulated.
They too.
There were a few that were very stimulated at different points.
Something about Iris's 3D model is filled with cursed energy. Her skirt's just a little too short for what her body must do. She turns away from the crowd and does like this really nice sway. It's like, oh, that's actually impressive. That's really good. That skirt goes the fuck up. And you just see the buttocks.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd all at once just, whoa!
Oh my God, it's ass wrists.
It's a lot. We just, whoa.
She showed the booty wrists.
I know for a fact, because I made the same sound as every single person in that room. We were one in that moment.
Yep, every single person was like, oh. This was the one, like the first viral thing that came out of this.
You have already seen Iris's butt. We can talk about it.
Yeah, it was immediately 400 screenshots on Twitter. Everyone liking every single one of
It's
them.
in the fucking free section.
It was in the free section, so everyone got to see it.
God.
She brought the caboose. So yes, that was like the moment that like it was the first meme, the first crystallizing moment of this, and then. The rest of the song was also lovely. Good job, Iris.
I was down for the song. I didn't need anything else.
You got extra. Just like with your sake, you get a little extra.
Fuck up.
She's the Mazuka. Following Iris, who did a wonderful job, we got Bowdle by Fuamoko. Born to be Bowdle.
So I'd like to confirm something. This is the first time I've ever heard this fucking song.
Oh, really? Oh, this is a good
Do
one.
I look like the kind of person that plays Fuamoko.mp3?
You're wearing a Mokoko shirt. Yeah, you do.
Bow bow. I'm a fake fan.
This song came out like 3 weeks ago.
I never listened to it.
I thought it was really good.
I'm not paid by this podcast to listen to music.
Not yet, you aren't. For the audio listeners, he laid down the collector's edition sound CD of Calliope Mori, which he purchased recently.
Great gag, great, incredible gag. So yeah,
You started it.
If you've never had your first listening experience to a song be 3,000 men and women screaming the lyrics, holy shit! Like they just start up like, okay, sure, this is gonna be good. It's Fuamoko. They're doing their pop music. Their dancing's immaculate. Fuamoko scares me. Okay, genuinely. Throughout the rest of the show, I see little flaws, little mistakes, little giggles. They're especially during the MC section, just like, okay, they're human. I don't think Fuamoko's human.
They're not. They're dogs.
They're so fucking in perfect sync and really good at dancing and locked the fuck in.
Their choreography is literally second to none. Okay, here's how the choreography levels of HoloLive English break down. It's Fuamoko, Bay, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put Kiara up there too because literally that's her fucking hobby is doing choreography, and she's really good at it too. Those three are on like the top tier. That's it. They are all phenomenal dancers.
And we're talking in Ian.
Yes, that's just the end. This is just what I can talk about. Some of the girls, they like to sit and play video games. That's what they're there in HoloLive to do. Some of the girls are there to fucking dance, and those are the ones that are there to dance.
This is not shade. This is genuine appreciation. I'm glad Ame's there to vibe.
Yes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Narissa has a beautiful singing voice, and I will not talk about her choreography. Oh my goodness. So, but either way, honestly, like Born to be Battles, super fun. Getting to scream "Happy Lucky Puppy."
I was like, oh my god, what's happened? Is this the song?
Just so much fun.
I see all you boys know this one.
But that's the thing. This is an idol song designed to be yelled at concerts. Like, this is exactly what this is for, and it's so good to see it live. Carlos, how did you feel about Born to be Battles? Did you enjoy this too?
That was the point in the concert where it's like, okay, yeah, Iris kind of started kicking things off. Here's where like the real energy for the rest of the concert like starts and doesn't drop below this ever again.
It was amazing because like it started off and I was like, wow, everyone's really hyped. This is fucking great. I'm in. And then Iris popped up on stage and I was like, wow, everyone's really in. This is awesome. Let's go. And then Fumoka popped on stage and I was like, oh my fucking God. Like it just was like boom, 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 like everything just progressing like faster and farther and bigger all at the same time. It was just fucking awesome. And that, gentlemen, was the first 3 songs.
Yes.
After this, we got a fun little segment of some people having talks.
MCing.
Yes. And then at the end of that, you can watch this part. It's on YouTube. Enjoy. At the end of this MCing segment, they were like, this is the end of the free segment. Goodbye. And then hard cut.
Yep.
YouTube is now gone. Dead. Forever.
It felt really weird to be in a room and then they go, okay, free's done. It's like, oh, okay, they're gone.
I love the fact, too, because they're like, we have some bad news, and everyone in the audience went, oh.
No, they didn't go, we have bad news. They go, ruffians, there's been a misunderstanding. And we're like, oh, no,
That's
right
what it
here?
was.
We're at the end of the free section. It's like, oh yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's all right. That's good.
We paid. We're good.
Yeah.
It's like everything else from here on out, this is for you.
Oh, my God.
Fuamoko.
All for me.
All right, ruffians, everyone get in a line. We need to reconfirm tickets. Everyone walk up. You're good, Bow Bow. Bow Bow.
Take your seat, Bow. Sir, take your seat, Bow.
Sir, you're in seat WW4, Bow Bow. Fuwawa, can you show them? I'll show you, okay? Over here, okay?
So after the MCing segment, which was good fun and everything, of course, we now move on to the part of the concert that is specifically targeted to the other people that are there with me.
Oh, okay. We'll continue to have that conversation.
This is the stuff that is targeted for Cameron and Carlos both at the same time.
Basically, everything from the rest of the concert was like everything that I would have wanted.
Same. But the next 2 songs are just literally you guys.
Yeah.
So the next up was It's Not a Phase by Nanashi Mume and Saris Fauna.
Fucking loved it.
This caused some confusion
Let's
amongst
talk about
us
the
personal.
fucking okay, I want to guide us through my emotions. The song starts, I'm like, oh god, yes. I fucking love this. These 2 bitches rule. I look around, I was like, aw, why is everyone's lights green? There's no one. I thought Mume was huge. What the? I only see a couple orange lights. Like, Jesus, Fauna people, let's be a little subtle. Like, even if you like Fauna more, swap it over. Mume's feelings are genuinely going to be hurt. And I spend most of the concert thinking that. Because every time Mume and Fauna are out, it's like all green. It's like, Jesus, be nice to the girl. Nick, would you like to help the misunderstanding?
There's been a misunderstanding.
Actual misunderstanding.
We didn't realize this at the time because we're bad fans. But the color... Okay, let me start at the very beginning. In the year 0, Idol concerts began, right? Pen lights were established as a way to show your support.
Yes.
Pen light colors are associated to each talent.
Yes.
So whenever Shiori's on stage, everybody
White.
set theirs to white because Shiori's color for the concert is white, and that's how you show support. So when you have 2 people on stage, sometimes, say if it's Korone and Kiara or something like that, some people will choose blue for Korone, some people will choose orange for Kiara. And that's okay because they're showing their support for the one that is their Oshi, or the one they prefer, or whatever. Either way, it's all in good fun. Everyone's having a good time. When you look around and you're like, why does everyone love Fauna and everyone hate Mume? It is upsetting because we all figured like, oh, Mume's color has to be like orange or something because it's the closest to brown, which is her primary color. Mume's secondary color, she has a little bit of green. Mume's color for the concert was light green, none of us realized that because we just hadn't looked at it.
We had double checked the fucking color chart.
Yes.
We just saw fauna, green, everything's green.
Yes.
The last time
there is an official color chart they put out before the show.
The last time I saw the color chart, it said Narissa Ravencroft's color was gay.
Which was a wonderful edit that someone made. Oh my goodness. So either way, we were all confused, and I was just like, but Mume.
I was so hurt. I was genuinely really hurt.
But that was, again, a misunderstanding on our part. It turns out there were quite a few Mume supporters in the crowd as well. Mume's color of green was a lighter green.
Yes.
It's literally green and light green.
All
So
right.
those are the differentiators.
The gates to heaven have been opened. It's now time to discuss the woman behind us. Hello, woman behind us. We genuinely adore you. We're glad you had fun. This woman loves Mume more than anyone on the planet.
The second Mume appears on stage. This is the first appearance of Nanashi Mume at this concert. We just hear, like, okay, there's yelling of the crowd. There's people shouting names. They're very excited. And then there's this blood-curdling scream that I love to hear because this girl just screams Mume's name. And I'm like, I've been shouting at this concert for a while. This girl screams. Yeah.
And it's
Like-
every time Mume was on screen for any amount of time ever.
Every time Mume shows up again at any point, this girl screams and then screams Mume's name. And fuck yes, I'm glad you love Mume.
I'm not kidding. The last song where it's everyone all together, all of HoloLive appears, but all you can fucking hear is Mume! It's like, oh, I love this woman so much. She loves Mume
man.
more than anyone.
Bro, she loves Mume more than I love anyone I've ever known, including my parents. Like, it is another level, and I respect the fucking dedication for it. Absolutely astounding. So yes, that girl was like one of my favorite people that I didn't interact with in any way directly, but
Yeah.
she interacted with me.
She changed my life.
Yes. So that was just awesome. Fantastic. The song, by the way, pretty good stuff.
Oh, it was so fun. I like that they got to do their stupid emo brain rot up on stage.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is one, again, this was targeted for you guys,
Yeah.
but it was fun either way. I like I said, at any point in this show, I was having a good time. Following that, they turn into crystals and disappear, and Cameron
Dead.
goes dead. And I laugh. And then next to appear is a white crystal that turns into Shiwawi.
And then I go, oh, fuck yeah, I made the right choice. Let's go.
I quickly change the pen light color to white, and I'm about to start shaking it. I think I shake it twice, and I go, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's
isn't
not
me."
right. And then I hand it to Cameron, and I'm like, this is your time.
I go, thank you.
And then Cameron shakes the shit out of the pen light. We're in it, boys.
I would like to establish the minute that pen light's in my head, I enter musician mode. I'm like, okay, how's this work? Do I go? I'm literally counting at some points, going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E. I don't think anyone fucking else is doing that.
So here's the fun thing about Idol concerts, part 2. In the year 1, it was determined at Idol concerts that pen lights having already been established, now we have to have specific moves. Watch Mid Phantom streams for more information. But there are different moves. There's the thing that I can't remember where you raise it up during slow parts and go, whoa, whoa. And it's like a wave as it builds. And then aside from that, you just kind of go to the beat or like the vocal beat, depending on how things go. But it's,
Or you look at the crowd ahead of you and do
always look
what
at the
they're
crowd.
doing.
either way, you can either swing your glow stick to every other beat or every beat, however you want to do it, basically, as long as you're having fun and everybody's there and you're having a good time. And then whenever you hit like a crescendo or a big moment or everyone's shouting, you just shake the shit out of the fucking thing, which is my favorite part. So yes, that is the basic moves that you need to know at an Idol concert. There are more. Again, look at Mint Phantom for more information. She literally taught a class on this on her stream once. But basically, have a pen light, set it to your color that you like, have fun.
Yep.
That's all you need to do, right? At this point, Cameron is enjoying World.Execute Me,
Yeah.
as sung by Shiori Novella. And
Right.
so is Carlos.
As soon as this starts up, I'm like, this is also the first point in it where like, wait, this is music I was not expecting at all. This is not just regular Idol music anymore. I turn the camera and I go, I love this song.
Carlos is a very soft-spoken man most of the time. I heard Carlos over the crowd on the other side of Cameron. This is the loudest thing I've ever heard Carlos do. Carlos popped off, ladies and gentlemen.
He fucking did. That was my first time hearing that song. I liked it.
It was good. Is it from that fucking game?
What?
Because the graphics that they showed, and I can't go into too much details, buy the Blu-ray, but the graphics reminded me of the Needy Streamer game.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's done. It's by Millie. The band is Millie. They provided a lot of music for the mobile, eventually turned standalone Steam game Demo.
Okay.
It's a music rhythm game.
Okay. Rhythm Sphere, I get you. There's a lot of just like music that gets into those games and then goes viral because of it.
Yeah, Demo was absolutely massive Korean rhythm game that, like I said, it got so big. It's a rhythm music game that had a story. And like a really, really good, emotional, impactful story. And you can buy it on Steam and just play through it on Steam. It was great. I was so ecstatic.
Well, I'm glad that you got this, because this seems like right up, like, you got Shiori, you got a Shiori and a song.
Yeah.
And I got to experience both of them. I just had to wave my hands without a light. But yeah, it was a really fantastic performance. She did really good. Shiori, we've talked about in the past, has a very distinct voice, and when she's singing, she has a very distinct singing voice as well. She did really good with this. Utterly
That's
awesome.
some of her best work. I was really impressed.
Very, very good.
Well, Millie is a lot of soft-spoken vocals, so it fit her Shiori's voice really well.
I think so too. I think she did a great job with it. Anything else we want to talk about Shiori here?
Keep us moving.
Okay. Next up, we got Korone doing a solo as well. This one, okay, so none of us give Korone her due.
Never.
None of us do. And it's unfortunate because Korone is fucking awesome. And I feel like all three of us here have a blind spot for her for some reason. Like, none of us watch her.
I used to watch her a lot more. I just got to the point where I'm watching so much more.
Mm-hmm. And so it's hard to keep up. And that's a damn shame. She knocked this performance out. She did such a good fucking job. She sang Bocca della Verità, which means the literal translation from Italian is Mouth of Truth. It's a very well-known VTuber song at this point. It's been covered by a lot. The lyrics, I hate you, na 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 na. That one, fucking phenomenal. Absolutely. This one for me was the surprise performance that I didn't expect, and I didn't like. As soon as it started with that super cool, like, sort of like smacking a tube sound bass that they have that they use for that song, I was instantly like, I'm in. This is fucking awesome. I don't want to necessarily describe the graphics on screen, but on like, for the performance, but they were fucking awesome. Like, this one just blew me out of the water with how cool it was. I loved this performance. What did you guys think?
It was really good.
Yeah.
I think you hit all the key points with that one.
Yeah, I really liked this one a lot.
Every time I ever see Korone in anything, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a reason I struggle to say which one's my favorite from, like, Counselor as Promise all the time. I think, like, there's just so many slam dunk weirdos in that group.
Yeah, they're so good, too. This was, again, Korone's solo, and then the HoloLive production made a mistake.
A huge mistake. Genuine error.
They done fucked up. Because at this point, we had another MC section, and it was Korone and Shiori.
Okay. Welcome back to Cameron's meta-analysis area. There are times in these concerts where very wise decisions are made. Let's talk about when it's wise. There are personalities that tend to go off into orbit, and then there are people who are good at keeping us down to earth. For instance, I tend to go off into orbit, and Nick tends to keep me grounded. Later on in the show, I'm going to spoil this, there's an MC section where it's Callie and Bijou. Bijou tends to go off into orbit, and Callie's really good at grounding the conversation. Unfucking fortunately for this section, Shiori and Korone go the fuck off into orbit. These are not stable women.
I can't really describe this MC section, which is fine. Buy the Blu-ray or the stream ticket and watch it yourself. It's worth doing. oh my God, this is just, it's literally like a few minutes of just insanity on stage. No one in the crowd knew how to react, which was really funny. Everybody eventually was just like, fuck it, we cheer. And then we cheered.
You heard Korone genuinely crack up and not know how to continue words she started saying because what Shiori just said was starting to click. Shiori would go like, yeah, I picked this song because like, yeah, sometimes I just want to execute everyone. And Korone's like, that's really cool. What the fuck are you saying?
Just genuinely good moments of everyone being confused. It was so fucking, just so good.
It felt strange to have that MC segment after Fuwamoko's, and it made me realize how hard rehearsed and like figured out theirs was.
Fumoko knew exactly what they were doing.
They didn't miss a
Korone and
beat.
Shiori. Like, I guarantee Korone walked up to Shiori like 3 days before the concert and was like, should we figure out what we're doing for the MC? And Shiori's like, we'll figure it out.
We just gotta talk about our song and what breaking dimensions means to you.
And we'll figure it out then. And they just like, fuck it, we ad-lib, and that worked out great. So that was the next MC section, which is phenomenal, great, excellent, awesome. Again, buy the stream. It's worth it. It's so fucking good. Following that, we had Song 7, Bibidaba. This had Nino Mai Inanis, Gargura, Muna Hoshinova, for you, and Hoshimachi Suisei.
I don't think words enough can describe it. I will describe for Nick before he tries to say, this is the loudest Nick has ever screamed in his life.
I felt something rip in my chest when I screamed about this. Like something changed physically inside of me because I yelled so loud. I had a tummy ache the rest of the night.
I was very happy because I like this Bibbidi Babadoo song.
This is a really good song. It's a very good song. I saw Suisei appear on stage and just, I reached deep into my guts and just fucking screamed. I understood what Mume Girl had been going through.
She felt that way, but all the time about Mume.
Yes, well, I felt that every time Suisei appeared on stage too. So yes, this was the moment where I got to see Hoshimachi Suisei on stage, and I fucking cried, partially because I yelled so loud I hurt myself, mostly because I'll be honest, Suisei did a concert in New York City a year or two ago, and I was like, well, that's it. I'll never, ever get to see Suisei on stage in my entire life. And I gave up the hope. And then they announced she was going to be a Breaking Dimensions, and everything was good again after we got that ticket. Because I was like, I'll be honest, if we hadn't gotten a ticket, I would have paid Scalper for it. Like, I was ready for it at that point. This was the moment that I got to hear Hoshimachi Suisei and a few others sing a song that I fucking love, and it was utterly amazing. My cat is laying down behind us, and we were all concerned for a moment. He's a good boy. I yelled louder than I ever have before. My voice hit ranges I didn't know was possible, and also I cried. That's all I can really say about this performance. This is something I've been looking forward to and hoping for literally years. I was literally planning a trip to like Japan next year around the time of HoloFest for a chance. Because I still would have had to get tickets for the concerts, and even then the concert like programming isn't put out beforehand, so I wouldn't know which concerts she was going to be at. This was a highlight of my life. I loved this. That's all I cannot say anything more about it. It was fucking amazing to me. It was something else.
It was good. I liked it.
Good.
I was ecstatic to see Muna.
And there you go. Like,
I love Muna singing.
I like the Bibbidi Babadoo song.
I was just like, everyone appeared on stage, and then everyone but Suisei disappeared from my vision. I'm sure everyone else did great. This was my moment. This is what I needed. This is why I went, basically. But that's not all.
What do you mean?
All right. Well, do you have anything else to say about Bibbidi Boba?
No, Bibbidi Babadoo.
It's good. Great song.
Good song.
Loved it. Next up was Beyond the Way. This was Kiara and Mume and Narissa. And this is where I cried a second time. I got to see Kiara and Narissa on stage together. And also, Mume was there. And the girl behind me fucking loved that.
Nick had already screamed out his lungs. He went, Kiara! And behind, eclipsing him.
I was screaming really hard at this point too. Like going from Suisei to Kiara and Narissa, the other two reasons I was there.
Oh yeah, that's the moment I went, oh god, they just fucking gut punched Nick again.
I'm not kidding. There were like 3 songs in a row where I was just crying. And I was just shaking my fucking pen light as hard as I could, and I was just like losing my goddamn mind. These 3 songs in a row were like the entire concert to me. Everything else could have not happened. I would have been like, at least I got everything I wanted. Like, it was absolutely my favorite part of this concert, bar none. I said they sang Beyond the Way. It was a great performance, of course. The choreo was really good. I was just loving this. You guys have any thoughts on this particular song?
No, it was very, very solid. Like
Good
I
on the
said,
keys.
Yes. This was, if I'm not mistaken, the first time Narissa appeared on stage at
Yes.
all. And that's why it was like super impactful. And she was with Kiara.
Her girl.
The reason she's there. Oh my God. Beautiful. Beautiful moment. Again, cried. Not kidding. Really hard. Anything else about that one? Okay. Well, the next song I lied. I did cry. This was, again, the entire concert in my mind. Next up was Kiara Takanashi doing a solo.
Flashback. We're in the drive to New York. It's me and Nick talking because Carlos fell the fuck asleep. We're just talking about shit, and Nick goes, I know she won't, but it'd be cool if she did Pineapple. And I agree. I'm like, it'd be kind of weird if she did Pineapple. She has like more like her songs. Pineapple kind of feels like a side one she did really good with. And Nick's like, yeah, I don't know, it'd be cool. I was like, yeah, I agree.
Kiara sang Pineapple.
And I immediately go to Nick. He's like, oh, because it's so sweet.
I screamed every word I knew along with
Yeah.
the song. I fucked up the lyrics probably 6 times. I was crying.
I don't know how sweet pineapples are.
Like, oh my God. I got everything I wanted from this concert. It was at this moment I was cried out after this. Like, I think this is the last tear I shed until after the concert when I was just sitting and reflecting. But I'm not kidding. For 3 songs in a row, I just fucking cried because I was in heaven. This was phenomenal. This was everything I wanted. And thank you to everybody who made it possible.
Thank you, Yago.
Thank you, Yago. Thank you, Kiara. Thank you, Narissa. Thank you, Suisei. Thank you, everyone from HoloID. And you all did fantastic. That's a wrap. We're going to close up this podcast.
We had a good episode. Let's do birthdays and get out of here.
No, but this was like, I got to see Kiara sing Pineapple on stage. I was very normal about it, as with everything at this concert. I only cried the normal amount.
Most men cry during songs. Normal amount of tears. I licked them to be sure.
Yeah, it's true. I was literally like wiping my tears and being like, God damn it. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. Any thoughts on Pineapple from you guys?
I do really like the song.
It's so good. It's so happy and poppy and like so much good shit going on. Great vibes with it. It's a summer song, you know. I shouldn't have been crying, but I couldn't stop. Like,
It's not a sad song.
it's not a sad song. I was just overwhelmed and my throat hurt really bad.
It's not even a particularly emotional song.
No, it's not. It's literally a fucking pop song, and I'm just like, it's so beautiful. You know, like, oh my God.
It sounds how pina coladas taste.
Yes, that's exactly it. So this was good for me. I needed that. I needed all of those things in my life, and I'm so grateful that I got them. Following this, we got Our Promise by HoloLive English Promise.
Promise.
This is their group song. So we had Olive Promise on stage, which we were alerted to again from the woman behind us.
Love her.
Just
Love her.
so good.
I barely get to say it's Bay. First rat appearance.
Yes.
The rat is in fact here. Man, I hope she gets a solo in a bit.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. It's called foreshadowing.
But yes, this was the moment where I'll be honest. This was the the come down cigarette for me.
Yeah, let me fucking recover. I don't need to pop off every song. Jesus.
I love Promise. They're fantastic. It was a really good performance. I barely remember it. I was like overwhelmed at this point and having
Nick
a
handed
breakdown.
me the fucking pen light. He needed a moment.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done for a bit. You just take this
I
away
had the
from
pen
me.
light. I'm like, big color. So I want to point out to this. It's a mostly orchestral ballad song. It's like an intro to a JRPG song. One of my favorite songs of the night, purely because no one knew what the fuck to do with their pen light to this.
There were a couple of songs that were like that.
No one knew what to do. I actually kind of got mad at the audience for this one because there's a very fucking clear drum part near the middle. It goes bum, ba-da-ba-ba-bum. And no one was fucking doing that. I looked over and I saw 3 guys doing it. I'm like, okay, they know what the fuck's up. That's the pulse, you fucking morons. Bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. Like triplets. Come on. Come on, kids.
Too complicated.
And everyone else is like, but the only part we started to get our shit together near the end where one genius went, oh. And then all the Americans remembered, oh yeah, we do this at Journey. We do it here too. Just a small town boy.
Now that you've brought that back up, I do remember it because
Yeah.
I do remember being like, yeah, I don't have a pen light.
I do remember, I looked over and I see Nick dying like,
It was a good song. It was a good performance. We figured it out as a crowd eventually.
Good
It was
song.
good. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Next up was another actually fucking awesome moment, which was "Stay With Me," as sung by Saris Fauna by herself on stage.
that's my girl!
Fauna, by the way, vocal lessons are doing amazing. This performance was fantastic. Utterly wonderful.
So Fauna, I'd like to talk about something. Really good song, but I think you messed it up. I understand these sentences are very similar. Stay with me, right? That's pretty similar to let me stay here.
I'm wondering what went wrong, Fauna, because I was under the understanding that I was going to be the song you sung tonight.
Your original that I've been listening to nonstop. Saris Fauna, where is it? Where's your bossa nova?
Oops.
Oopsie doodle. It's fine. That song also rules.
This was I like "Stay With Me" because everybody sang the word "Stay with me," and then nothing else.
It'd be offensive if I keep guessing.
Oh, okay, we'll just leave it.
Yeah.
So yes, this was a great performance. I really loved this one. I thought it was great, and it was Fauna.
It was Fauna.
Yeah.
Man, I love Fauna.
I also love Fauna.
We all love Fauna.
She's great.
Another highlight to go with my little shirt sapling.
That was the first time that night I was able to yell, "Carlos, where you at?"
Carlos was like, "I'm here.
I am here. I am locked in. I am focused.
I'm a sapling," he says.
Photosynthesis.
Any other thoughts on "Stay With Me"?
No.
It's a very good song. Next up, we've got another group song. This one was Fushigi Purururun by Amelia Watson, Koseki Bibu, Fuawa Abiscard, and Mokoko Abiscard. We had a bunch of fucking cute girls, really cute girls on stage singing about pudding.
It felt weird to see Amelia Watson near Fuamoko.
This song unlocked something in my brain.
This was the first song Abe ever sang.
This song is from an anime called Welcome to the NHK that came out like 15 years ago.
Oh, more than that, buddy.
More than that.
It was like 20 years ago. Yes.
I loved the show. It's been so many years since I heard this song.
Oh my goodness.
Man,
It was 22 years ago.
You're getting older.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, this is one of those songs that you hear and like, okay, that was my favorite one of my little bits of Ame trivia that I really love is that this was the first song she covered. And she asked the staff, and the staff were just fucking confused. They were like,
What?
"She wants to cover what?"
It's an anime. It's from an anime.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the NHK. Come on.
It's okay. Fuamoko pull that like all the time on them now.
Yeah, exactly.
They dig up the most random stuff from 20 years ago all the time now.
Which is awesome, by the way. This performance, by the way, really, really good. Like I said, they're all very cute, and they did a very good job singing. This group is just concentrated adorable, in my opinion, basically. And yeah, it's the pudding song. It was very good. I liked it. Next, we had another just momentous moment, which was we got the song Help, originally by Kobo Kaneru, and we got it by Kobo and Crony and Korone
Let's go.
all together on stage.
That's my dog.
We did get some Korone, which was fucking phenomenal. We got Kobo's original song Help, which, by the way, is an absolute banger song. I have a friend that I exposed to this song at one point, and he listens to it every time he goes to the gym before lifting. Because he's listened to it like about 8 times a day since I showed it to him, and that was several months ago. He just absolutely loves this song.
It also has one part repeatedly in the song where the lyric is just help very loudly. The crowd knew that lyric.
Oh my God, yeah. The shouting for this song through the roof. There's just enough English lyrics in it, basically, that we could get a grasp and like get some stuff in there. Fantastic. Absolutely a wonderful, wonderful song and an amazing performance.
This is one of my favorite performances of the night, honestly.
I don't blame you. This was, if it wasn't for the fact that I am who I am and I love what I love, this would probably be right up there at the top, honestly. It was phenomenal because Help is just one of the best songs out there, in my opinion. Cameron, thoughts?
It was good.
We'll move on to the next one then. The next one being World Is Mine, sung by Gargura.
This is the loudest I yelled, Carlos, where you at?
I'm pretty sure I yelled, Carlos, where you at as well.
Yeah, that was awesome. Listen, it's like, oh my God, it's like the fucking de facto Vocaloid music. This is what Hatsune Miku sings when you factory reset her.
This was like the biggest fucking Vocaloid song at the beginning of Hatsune Miku's existence. So yes, Gargura singing this song is the most Carlos-coded thing I've ever seen in my lifetime. So Carlos, where were you at?
Where were you at, Carlos?
My brain was going back in time about 10 plus years. Again,
easily.
Again, for the second time.
I fully believe you. Amazing performance, of course. It was Gargura after all.
Yeah.
And just really, really good stuff. It's hard to point out too many things about this one, I guess.
It's fucking pitch perfect recreation of Hatsune Miku through Gargura.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's very representative of Gura's style too.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
So my question, real quick, is it after this one, or was it previously where the next MC section was?
I believe it was before this one.
Because I'm very excited to talk about that MC section.
Who was the MC that time?
I believe it's Iris and Suisei.
That's right.
We do not want to skip this.
No. So we did skip it already. That one actually was a little while ago. That was after they were both on stage.
It's fine. It's worth bringing up real quick. Okay, we'll fly through this.
But go for it.
Iris and Suisei come up on stage and they talk about their flight and how jet lagged they are. Suisei's like, I am tired.
Long flight.
Yeah. Suisei has really good English. She's hard on herself. She's really good at conversation with it. And Iris is like, how's everyone doing? New York City? Oh my gosh. Oh, I bet you guys had something good to eat before you came here. Who had pizza? And the whole audience like, yeah. And she's on. You can tell Iris is genuinely overwhelmed by how loud the audience is and how many people there are.
She's like, everyone ate pizza?
And she started like, every single person here? Wow, you guys are loud. Holy, oh my God. Okay, but what about something healthy? Like, who here had a salad? Audience, unprompted, uncoordinated, does the following. Loud boos, immediately followed by a passionate chant, USA.
USA, USA, USA.
Suisei is fucking bursting into laughing. Iris is defeated. She's going, wait, no.
And Suisei proceeds to start mentioning pizza again.
Yeah.
Crowd starts cheering again.
So good. Instantly playing favorites.
Yeah. It's so powerful. You can tell, like, Suisei is really used to audiences at this point.
It was really, really good stuff. I felt bad Iris got bullied about her salads. But
Poor Iris. How does she keep getting in these spots? She's so good at it.
She should have literally just been like, soda though, right? Like, that would have fixed it.
Yeah, come on. You're the cola girl. But yeah, I just really wanted to bring that up. It was fucking funny.
It was very, very funny. Back to the music. After World Is Mine by Gargura, we had Blue Clapper by Chadcast.
I really like it.
because it's actually credited on Twitter as by Chadcast.
Oh, hell yeah!
Callie, Iris, and Heiko's Bales, plus Koseki Bijou.
Callie, if you bring back the podcast and let Bijou on it, that would make me the happiest fucking person. I want to listen to Bijou on a podcast because she yaps really nice. Please.
She's really good at it, too.
I know you're insanely busy. I want Chatcast back so much. It's unironically my favorite HoloLive thing. I just like listening to talented women talk like really real and just talk about like cafeteria logic back when they were in elementary and anime they like. And I liked hearing about Iris like boys love way more than Bay and them disagreeing. Iris
That's not boys love. They make out. Like,
and Bay's
just
like,
the
stop
conversation
making it a yaoi pairing. I was like, I don't know, I see the chemistry in it. So yeah, Chadcast fucking up their thing and made me so fucking pleased. Like, them's my girls.
with a bonus Bibu.
Bonus Bibu.
They sang Blue Clapper. Okay, I'll be real with you. I never really liked Blue Clapper that much as a song, but experiencing it live is fucking awesome because the crowd interaction is so good on this song. There's literally points where the crowd all claps. There's points where the words are in English enough that we can yell. Like,
Those are our parts.
phenomenal. Absolutely a great crowd song. One of the most hype moments in the night, actually.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Blue Clapper by Chadcast and Bibu?
No, that made me happy.
No, good.
Good. Were there any other MC segments? I don't think we really had any.
I think after this one, it would be Bijou and Callie's MC moment.
Yes, they did have an MC moment at that point, I believe.
Flashback to Thursday. I am walking around at work and I approach Nick's booth. Nick, I just realized we're probably going to get Bibu text. Nick turns to me and goes, that does make sense. I think that's going to happen. Flash forward to now. The MC
I didn't say that makes sense. I said there's no way that doesn't happen.
Flash forward to concert. They're gabbing. They're saying how good the songs is. Bijou goes, can I be a little greedy? I want to do something. Sticking out your gat for a Rizzler. You're so bow. You're so Bibu.
They let it as a chant.
I just want to be your Shiori.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. They let it as a chant and they did it twice to us.
It was great. I loved it so much. I was so happy.
It was very fun, actually.
Bijou said her goal is to spread brain rot.
Mission accomplished, Bijou. Mission accomplished. That's okay. Following this, we had the final song, ? Of the evening, which was Breaking Dimensions by HoloLive English. We got all of HoloLive English, 15 wonderful talents on a big stage, all of them singing, dancing, each getting their own solo moment during the song. Absolutely beautiful performance, really brought things back together for everyone. And of course, this is Breaking Dimensions. It is the concert song. That is why this song exists, is for this moment. It is a wonderful moment to end the night, and we have ourselves a wonderful, joyful moment of just listening along with this one and cheering and chanting and just having a good moment. What did you think?
Encore. 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 Encore.
I don't know. The lights. I guess the lights haven't come up.
Encore.
Yeah.
Encore. Encore.
All right, encore it is.
We have no choice.
We got an encore,
Yay.
which was "Connect the World," the HoloLive English first concert song from, I believe last year in California.
Year.
Yes.
It
So
better not be in California ever fucking again. Or
God
I can't go.
damn it, you think that?
Fuck you. Get away from me. Get away from me.
I was gonna go to Offkai. Guess where that is?
Yeah, and guess who was scared?
Guess who's gonna fortify?
Guess who's got a gun?
Guess who's got more than one?
Oh, damn it. Okay, I'll go.
There you go. Cameron, fortify. Gather yourself together. Fortify. And prepare yourself for Connect the World, which was their encore performance. Again, all 15 talents on stage, bringing us back to connecting the world through Breaking Dimensions. And then just in general, the wonderful, like, it kind of just brings it all back together again. You know what I mean? It's their first big concert song. They get to sing it again as the encore for their second big concert. It's just absolutely phenomenal, wonderful. And again, a really great performance. All of them, again, 15 girls on stage. Each of them got to sing a little bit as a solo, and they also sang it all together. Wonderful. Any thoughts on this one aside from just, it's pretty good?
Perfect way to end the night.
Okay. Well, there you go. That is our total summation. How do you feel leaving the theater then? After that, I'll be honest, right before Breaking Dimensions, I was going to get up and go get a drink, but they were like, now for our last song. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
And I loved the last two songs. They were wonderful. They ended it. I cried again. And then that was it. The concert was over and done with. And so we got up and we left the theater. And we went out and we chatted about different things.
We were kind of honestly in a daze for a while after that.
Yeah, we went down. We left the theater, walked down the street, found somewhere we could duck around a corner to be out of the flow of traffic. And we just kind of stood there and tried to figure out what we wanted to do next. It was like 9 o'clock at this point.
I'm aggressively looking at Apple Maps, trying to pick our next move.
I'm tweeting.
Yeah, I don't
about how much my life has changed because I went to the VTuber HoloLive concert because it has.
I'm standing there watching 3,000 people attempt to get out of the theater and walk up the street.
Also wonderful.
Yeah.
Just 3,000 anime nerds or VTuber nerds on the streets of Brooklyn suddenly.
At some point, we make it back to the room. We DoorDash a pizza. I figure out how to get soda out of the vending machine. We drink sake. We watch YouTube videos. I get a little grease stain on the pizza sheets. Don't find it, you freaks.
I would like to point out at this point that I have been tweeting my emotions out.
Yeah, you have been fucking just turbo tweeting at that point.
I don't normally tweet that much. I tweet a couple times a day. I reply to a few things if I think they're interesting or if I'm excited to see them. That sort of thing, right?
You were doing a whole lot more than that. Celebrating, eating pizza, decided to pull out the sake that we bought early.
Yes. And through all of that, I was also emotion tweeting my feelings onto Twitter. I replied to a couple of the posts because a lot of the girls from HoloLive posted and they were talking about their performances and things like that. And I immediately was replying to all the ones that I saw. And I got likes on my comments from Kiara and Narissa.
Yeah,
and
they saw you.
That was like, oh my God, I was perceived by Narissa. And then 2 minutes later, I was like, oh my God, I've been perceived by Kiara. And I had small breakdowns about that. But more than that, I was just really happy for them. Mm-hmm. And also that the message that I sent them got to them. You know what I mean? There's something special there.
That's how I felt about some of my comments making it to Calliope Mori.
Yeah, it's like a really nice feeling, right?
Yeah.
I also had one tweet where I was like, I saw Suisei on stage, I saw Kiara on stage, I saw Narissa on stage. I'm very normal about this. I was not. And there was a bunch of just tweets that I was looking around at of the different folks that had also been to the concert and were posting how they were feeling, and I was liking a lot of those. It was a really fun interaction, basically, in general.
There was also a funny interaction that happened also later that night online. So, they were having to go to sleep for their performance the next day on Sunday. Ina wakes up 4 a.m., starts a Twitter space at 4 a.m. It's like a 1 minute long Twitter space. Guys, it's 4 a.m. I'm really tired. I'm kind of hungry.
Thank you.
I should probably go back to sleep.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, bye.
I would also like to point out, I think this one was actually a Monday tweet from Suisei. But she did tweet out and she was like, I woke up at 4 a.m. Jet lag is crazy. I'm really scared for how my sleep schedule is going to be when I get back to Japan. And I can tell you, as someone who's made that trip before, she's already made that trip before too. This isn't her first time in New York City. But yeah, I know for certain it sucks. Jet lag is awful when you're going around the other side of the planet. So yes, lots of really fun stuff. I got, oh my God, Senpai noticed me twice. It was really, really good. All of that being said, this was a highlight of my year, my life, and it was absolutely one of my favorite things I've ever done. And I'm really glad HoloLive did it. So, how do you guys feel?
Carlos?
It was a fantastic trip. This was probably the most fun I've ever had at a live event. Also, I don't go to a lot of live events, but still.
Still. Like I said, it's this and Queens of the Stone Age for me. So Cameron had a fine time. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, we're nothing but honest here. I liked it. I think these two liked it letter grades more than me. Not to say that I would rate it lowly. I really liked it. There are a lot of concerts I personally appreciate more, but that's because I go to concerts for different things. I just need to consider this a different category than those concerts because this is a very different experience.
That's okay, Cameron, because now I get to kick you.
What do you mean?
I get to kick you very hard, very many times.
Wait, why?
Because
What'd I do? I just shared my opinion, man.
it's okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hand.
That's great.
Hand.
But now you have to pay for it.
What do I do?
So we got to go to day one. We got to go to the first concert, and then afterwards we woke up the next day. We had some food. We went to the Japanese market. We got some cool
Had
stuff.
some ramen.
Went to
Some
the
snacks.
Japanese market. We got some authentic Japanese food.
I had dango.
Had some yakisoba.
Oh, I had chicken katsu curry. It was delicious. And
we
then
we stopped back, and I got a little Hachima figure.
He
Hey,
did. He
from
found
that-
that Hachima.
I bought some Yuri manga.
I bought nothing
I bought
from that store.
Kaze-san and Shortcake. I got the third volume of Kaze-san, which is really good. That manga is so fucking cute.
I bought an ice cream dessert. I don't remember the name of it, but it's in my top 3 desserts of my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
I just ate there and was overwhelmed by peak.
Then we got in the car, drove home. It was a fairly uneventful. Well, the drive home, we got lost at one point, but that wasn't that bad. It was like a 10, 15,
Okay.
20-minute detour.
We got a little lost. We had a fun drive. I read 50 chapters of Dan to Dan. Please, if you were reading Dan to Dan, DM me. I need to talk to someone.
He keeps trying to tell me, but I'm trying to wait for the anime. So like,
I'm trying not to say anything.
we're at odds right now.
We're no longer friends.
I didn't say that out
I'm
loud.
saying that.
I know. I said it subtextually.
Subtext.
Yes.
We're good at that.
Obviously. But we got home, and by the time we got home, it was already pretty late. Kind of just hung around, and at this point, the second day of the concert was occurring.
We were all smiling, going, I bet they're having a good time. It's probably a good concert.
Yes. Let's walk through that really quick because none of us have watched the
None
whole
of us.
thing.
I haven't fucking seen it.
But we'll talk our way through it real quick, right? Day 2 starts with Rebellion by HoloLive English Advent. This is free. The first 3 songs in the first MC segment are free to watch on YouTube. You can go watch them right now. I personally recommend that I watch the whole thing because at that point I was emotional and, like I said, depressed because I'd just been to one of the greatest moments in my life and I didn't have another one to look forward to yet.
I also want to point out we went through all of the songs, including the paid stuff for the concerts. This is not like spoiling anything. It's literally on their social media.
Yeah, you can just see it.
So
you can just see the set list.
The set
Yeah.
list is posted online. Like this is public.
You can also find screenshots of the entire concert because I believe HoloLive encourages screenshot sharing.
Yeah.
But past that, you're not going to find anything, freely available. You have to buy the ticket if you want to see everything. So there you go. Buy the ticket, buy a Blu-ray, do whatever, support the talent. This is a phenomenal experience, and it's worth reliving if you were there, and it's worth enjoying for the first time if you weren't there. That's my opinion on it. Day 2, the time we weren't there. Song 1, Rebellion by HoloLive English Advent. Fire, fire, start the fire.
I really like that song.
It's a good song. It's a really great way to start a concert. And this was all of Holo Advent. So we got the twins, the rock, the psychopath, and the lesbian.
No comment.
Where's the lie? We followed that up with Gekirin. This was a solo performance by Heikos Bales. I would like to point out that this is the moment where you should go watch this part, especially because Bay's choreography is fucking next level. It is unreasonably good. Her choreo is beyond top tier. Right? So, the song is also really good. Also, Bay is like Cameron's favorite person.
Yes.
He talked to her
I
once.
met her and she was extremely nice and she's very kind and extremely talented.
Yes, he got a meet and greet with her.
Yes. I'm very appreciative of her time. I'm sorry she had to meet me.
Next up was Mogu Mogu Yummy by Watson Amelia.
I really like Moku Moku Yummy.
Me too. I love that song, and Ame got to sing it as a solo. You don't like
Ame's out there winning.
You don't like Ame that much, right?
Shut the fuck yeah.
This is where I'm kicking Cameron repeatedly because this is the day for Cameron.
Oh, we went on the wrong day, guys. Because I actually
No, we went on the right day for me. That was my day. I wish we'd have gotten to go to both days.
yeah, both days is the answer.
But that is the answer, is we should have gone to both.
But I don't know how the fuck you get to both.
After this, we had the first MC section, and then they were like, bye, YouTubers, and then they hard cut it. Cool. The rest of this, we're going based on Twitter.com and the fact that this is what HoloLive has told everybody. The next song, Koi wa Senso, was by Koseki Bijou. Again, we can't really speak to this. We haven't seen it. Following that was Synchro Gazer by Nino Mai Inanis.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
Well, we got a couple solos from some really talented folks, right? Mm-hmm. Also, we got this screenshot of Bijou, which is now a meme.
How's that a meme?
People are putting stuff in her hand.
Oh, rude.
No, she started it.
Oh.
She was like,
Of course she would.
yeah, she started it by putting a pebble in her hand. And then she was just like, here you go, have fun.
Brain rot.
Now is the part where I break Cameron's heart.
I know.
And I'm sorry you have to see this.
I know it's
The
coming.
next song was Fuwawa Abiscard, Mokogo Abiscard, Kobo Kanaeru, and Inugami Korone, and they sang Doggy God Street.
I'm good.
He's still not good.
I'm good. So I
It comes in waves. He'll be back.
there's
It's literally Cameron's favorite song
it's literally
from HoloLive.
it's me Samadesi bow 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 chow chow whatever the fuck
This would have been him crying at the concert.
I would have cried to Doggy Goss.
I cried to Pineapple.
That's true. That's true.
Like,
That's
it doesn't
true.
matter what
That's
the song
true.
is, it's the context, let me tell you. Okay, have you processed enough?
I'm good.
Next up was Fire and Ice by Callie and Kiara.
Oh, I didn't know about this one. I genuinely didn't know. I don't need the wall. I don't need to go. Oh my god! Okay. I really like that song.
It's a good song.
I like those girls.
I'm a big fan of those girls. Takamori back together. If only for a night. A beautiful night. Next up was
Good.
Fact. The song Fact.
Okay.
This by Ina and Shiori and Crony.
Okay, that's fine.
It's good stuff.
I don't even know what that song sounds like off the top of my head.
I'm actually curious because I know the name, but I don't know which song it is off the top of my head. So I'm trying to find out real quick. It's a Toa song. That's why.
Okay.
It's a good
That
song.
was really good. That's not Disintella. Don't know that one though.
Following that was a solo by Nanashi Mume.
Okay.
She sang A New Start.
New Start's fine. New Start's good.
It's a good song. Really love
That woman would have loved that one.
That woman would have imploded.
Woman would have died.
You would have heard, "Meh," and then as she screamed herself inside out. Yes. That was the next song. The song after that was Shinkuro. This by Fuwawa Abiscard and Mokoko Abiscard. This would have been really fun to see.
That would have, definitely.
Shinkuro
Fuwawa
is...
solo.
Why are you like this?
I'm so weird.
Why do you want to hurt both of them?
Just throw me in the river. Be done with me.
When Mokoko was sick, Fuwawa had to stream solo. She did really good. She played Hitman.
I know. I keep putting this on them.
Shinkuro is the one by Marine and Gura, I believe, right?
Oh, that song rules. Yeah. I'm fine.
So,
I listened to that on the way here tonight.
God, VTuber fan, gross.
Ugh. What else do you like, Hammy?
My favorite. I posted a video recently and it got a mean response. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
It was, you guys look like VTuber fans.
No shit,
I
buddy.
was like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
No shit, fam.
I've been one for a while. At
I've made a lot of wrong decisions, and here I am.
least I'm not mean on TikTok for no reason.
You look like a mean comment.
You're a butthole. All right. The song 10 was Shinkuro. Song 11 was Sweetest Scarlet by Narissa Ravencroft. This would have been a me moment. I'm not going to lie. I would have really loved to see Narissa soloing on stage.
I am only okay because I deeply prefer Say My Name. That song fucking rules. I like Scarlet, but that one is okay tier. I survived. Say My Name would have murdered me. Don't read anything.
It is at this point that I would like to bring up the fact that through all of these concerts, they were both introduced by and then co-streamed by HoloLive Promise, the new generation of HoloLive Justice, the new generation of Raura Penterra. That's how her name is pronounced. I'm not wrong. Ever.
Leave a comment down below if your favorite Nick was right moment.
All of them. So it's Rora, it is Gigi Morin, Cece,
Cecilia.
and of course, the leader of the group, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame.
Yes.
And Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, during the performance of Sweetest Scarlet, as they were all live reacting to it, froze with a blush on her face and just stared at the screen for this entirety of the song.
Women are so normal.
Women are normal. It's us that are weird. I just like that. It is like there's a bunch of really good moments from their reaction stream that are worth watching.
I've
just
seen
so you're aware.
just a few of them.
Most of them are very
They
good.
weren't there, so I didn't get to see them.
That's fair. It was nice though that they did get to introduce the concerts,
Yeah.
and they like got a little word beforehand. As in the future, they'll be up there too. After that song, the Sweetest Scarlet performance, we had Lonely and Gorgeous by Narissa, Fauna, and Shiori all together on the stage.
I do like those women a lot.
Those are really good women.
I can't believe this HoloLive concert's having things I like.
I know, it's crazy. After that was High Tide by Heiko Spales, Iris, Muna, and Suisei.
Oh, damn, that's a group.
There's something for all of us here.
That
Okay.
one, that 100% would have been the height of day 2 for me.
Very probably.
So here's the thing, though. That means, like, no matter what, when Suisei came out, you're having height. Because for me, I like Bibbidi. I like Bibbidi. Bibbidi makes me happy.
That is my absolute uncontested favorite Muna song.
Oh, shit. Okay, so it's the Muna pop-off. Carlos would have had a lot of fun.
Yeah, the day one was the Suisei and the day two was the Muna.
Right.
So if you want both, you gotta pay for both. You ready for what's next?
Why are you saying that?
Because it's Go Getters by soloed by Mori Calliope.
As featured on her new album, Phantomime.
There you go. I imagine the performance was stellar.
She probably did the dance Amanda Waller did in Go Getter Squad Isekai.
Stellar. Yes, probably. Any other thoughts? No? Good. Following that was Idol by Gargura and Amelia Watson.
Oh. Okay, that would have been pretty hype too.
That would have been really fucking hype. I wish I was there for this. Oh my god. And then, of course, the finale of the night, Breaking Dimensions by HoloLive English. All of them. Followed by an encore
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
of Our Bright Parade English version by HoloLive English. All the girls together on stage singing it.
Oh,
So day 2 is Cameron's day. Unfortunately, we could not get tickets for it, and even if we could have, like, this is the frustration I feel with this, is like there's no song list that we knew of beforehand. We didn't know who was going to be there on what days. There's just no way to know, as far as I know. But Sunday would have been Cameron's day. I'm sorry for that. Okay, Cameron is now Googling something. I assume it is a way to murder me. Which is fine. He's tried many times before. He's yet to succeed. Although that water I was drinking earlier did taste a little funny, so there's a possibility of contamination.
So for reference, for what we did with this, the three of us and plus a friend of mine, we talked about this before briefly. All four of us in total all got on, attempted to buy tickets at the same time. I was the only one that managed to get in before tickets were sold out.
I was trying on 2 different devices.
I was trying it too many games. I was on the floor on my phone.
But I was the only one that got in. I saw, okay, Saturday is definitely the optimal day for us work-wise to get in for a trip like this. I'll buy Saturday tickets. That was it. That's how it worked.
I have no idea how you're supposed to get both. Anyways, my gag I prepared.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, thank you.
That is Cameron's total emotional state right now. Bum, 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 bum.
Bow, bow.
So there you go. That is basically our experience and how much I loved this concert. I will go again in an instant. Cameron has now had his heart broken twice, and
Fine.
he's doing great.
Can we not talk about 3D lives anymore?
Wait, listen, this one we got to go to in fucking person.
No, this isn't a 3D live. This is an in-person live, but maybe we shouldn't talk about this either.
This was one of the best and most fun things I've ever done, and I'm glad you guys went with me. This was a really good moment for us, at least for me.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
This is weird.
What'd you want? Normal?
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah. We look like VTuber fans.
We do. If you don't think so, or if you do think so, fuck you.
What's the load?
Okay.
My battle cry. It's my people.
That's what he screams heading into battle. Postalo!
Right now? Oh!
I should do it before I'm done.
Ugh.
Stabbed in your gut and your nut on the fucking battlefield.
Nickelback aggressively playing.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, we're straight back to the brain rot.
Yeah, that's okay. Bibu appreciates it. Listen, we've talked for a long time about this concert.
This was our main fucking event of the weekend. We didn't watch that many VTubers.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. The rest of this
We can't go through.
is just not gonna
basically.
happen. I think this is our episode. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
There's first of all, there's literally no birthdays to talk about. There just aren't.
We're punishing.
We haven't even talked about the fact that there was a Phase Connect concert featuring Mint Phantom at Anime NYC. We haven't talked about the fact there was a HoloLive concert as well for their world tour at Anime NYC. If you guys want to pick one thing to talk about from our giant list of notes, then we can talk about it for 5 seconds.
This was significantly shorter than normal. I knew we were going to talk about it, but I wasn't expecting the entire episode, basically.
I pretty much did. I'm not going to lie.
I had a gut feeling. So let's discuss just real quick some stuff I think's mandatory, and it's stuff we can also glide through really quick.
Okay.
Ollie got a new outfit. It's VTuber fan themed.
It's very appropriate.
No one likes HoloLive more than her.
Yes.
She has glow sticks in her fucking hair. She's going as hard as possible.
If Ollie walked up to me and was like, "I like HoloLive more than you," I'd be like, "I know you do."
You want my glow stick? Yes, I do.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for your pen light.
I love her Ita bag, which is covered in Yago. She's got a Yago Ita bag.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. She's got a HoloLive happy on and the sweat towel and everything.
It fits her so well.
It's so perfect. I love it. Oh my goodness. And also Ollie was reaction streaming to the concert the entire time and was also crying. I'm not the only one. But she also had a moment where she literally was just crying and she was like, "I don't know why I'm crying." She's just like, "I'm just so happy for everyone." And I understand exactly why you were crying because I was crying for exactly the same reason, Ollie. Absolutely wonderful. Yes, this outfit is great. I absolutely love it as well. And I love Ollie. Ollie's fantastic.
Fucking love Ollie.
Utterly wonderful. Any other thoughts on Ollie's outfit?
No. Nice
No.
and slick.
Also, you can actually buy it too. That's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She has outfit merch, and it's literally just you can buy the outfit.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until now.
Yeah.
I don't have any money because I went to a concert in fucking Brooklyn. Fuck.
I think it's like a voice pack, and then literally just the jacket that she's wearing.
I really want it. I'm gonna get a fucking Ollie wig and I'm gonna cosplay Ollie at fucking conventions. It's gonna be my favorite thing in the world. Oh my god. I need it.
I am actually Ollie.
No, you're not.
No one understands me.
Yeah, it's the HoloLive Happy with the Ollie stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, Carlos, did you have like a thing that you wanted to talk about from the week? That you thought
There's
was
at least
great?
one little thing I want to go over real quick.
Of course.
Botan and Korone also were in the United States.
Gambling addicts.
I guess Botan went on vacation to the United States. She's not a part of any of the concerts. She just wanted to go to the United States.
Do you know why
I
they were
guess.
here? They were here for Evo.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
So like they were in what's that place called? That's right, Las Vegas.
And Korone is like, I'm going to be in the United States too. Let's just go on vacation together. Botan had like a 6 million yen budget for her trip that they just went on together.
Hell yeah. Like, all right, there's an English translated clip out there. I don't have the clipper's name, and I'm sorry for that. But it's basically the highlights of their trip translated to English, and basically they went out to like a ghost town in the desert, and they did some gambling, and at one point Korone lost like $1,600.
What was it?
But then she started playing. That was at like blackjack.
She bet $1,600 in a single round of blackjack
And lost it.
Lost.
And that's because she'd won two or three hands leading up to that. She was like, "Let it roll," and then it went away. But then she won like $2,300 back at slots somehow. So she ended up making a profit, which was crazy to me. And then she cashed out and was just like, "I made money, yay!"
Yay.
Apparently, they went back after, like off camera the day after that too, back to the casino, and Botan just like gambled away a whole bunch of money and just lost a bunch of stuff anyway. And,
No,
and
Botan.
Korone apparently bet like $20, lost it, and then just went and got some orange juice and watched Botan gamble the rest of the time.
I don't see why not at that point. Hey. Other highlights of things that have happened this week, we'll just hit it real quick. Vispo EN has 2 new talents, which are Narin Mikure and Rico Solari. Again, there was a concert for Phase Connect at Anime NYC. And, of course, there's all the stuff about Aqua being on her way out the door at HoloLive.
I think we should probably cover that next week,
But
because her
all of these
graduation
things.
is happening the day after we're recording.
We're
Yes. So all of these things will become much more, well, some of it will be more relevant next week. Some of these things we won't
We'll be able to
the
have a
time
deeper
to.
discussion about it.
I will say that HoloLive has announced that Myth's fourth anniversary 3D Live is upcoming. That's on September 14th. It'll be on someone's channel. I don't know. And that V-Dairy have announced their second outfit debuts.
Yeah, let's go.
Also happening tomorrow as of the recording.
Exactly.
Push it forward
Aw.
to next Tuesday, right before the podcast.
Yes. That would be great.
Please.
There's a ton of new music. There's all kinds of good stuff that we're not going to get the chance to talk about this week, and we're sorry for that. But we'll pick up what we can next week, and we'll talk about it then. Thank you.
You can also you could officially already purchase or pre-order the HoloLive trading card packs,
Oh, nice.
but there
Alright.
is one problem with it.
Okay.
If I can just find the link here real quick.
Okay, Christ.
I need to. Okay. Oh, I can't click on it on my phone.
That's not good.
There is a link. I would like you to check that for me real quick to confirm my suspicion.
Okay, I'm opening the link actively.
Okay, all right. It's still yet okay. There's 3 packs you can buy of it. 2 of them are already sold out.
That is true.
Why did HoloLive make their first release?
Oh my god, the Suisei ones are sold out, of course.
Yeah. Why did they make their first release of their trading card a limited quantity pre-order? And 2 of them are already sold out.
Unfortunate. That is very silly of them, and I don't know why they would have done that.
They're trading cards. This should be something that's like, made to order.
Yeah, and not only that, they're like pre-orders for them, aren't they? So
They're
they should-
pre-orders, yeah.
There's no reason for them to be sold out. That is kind of crazy.
A little goofy.
But either way, we'd like to thank you for watching the podcast. We always really appreciate it. We had some good comments last week. I can go through them here in just a minute, but before we do that, I would like to say, if you have comments, you can leave them on our channel on this video down below. Of course, we always really love to hear comments. We love to hear from people. You keep us honest whenever you correct us on things, and we always really appreciate that a lot as well. If you would like updates outside of the podcast about things that we're doing outside of it, or you want to see me tweet when I'm emotional, you can follow us on Twitter at SuperChatsPod. If you'd like to chat with us directly or get notifications when our new episodes go live, that sort of stuff, you can hop on our Discord. The link for that is down below. If you want to listen to the audio-only version of our podcast, it is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you wouldn't mind, if you're listening on one of those services, would you please leave us a good 5-star review? If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs ups are always appreciated as well. They really help us get the podcast out there to more people, and they really just kind of help us fight the algorithm. Aside from that, if you'd like, you can feel free to share our podcasts and clips and things around. We always really appreciate that as well. Just make sure you're not upsetting people where you share us, okay? That's the important thing. We're looking to make friends. We're not looking to upset people. Cara Shamel said, so for the Louis cooking segment, which we had talked about last week as part of a 3D Live, she talked about it on stream. So what they did was Louis cooked the dish twice. She cooked it first for the photo shoot for the 3D.
Oh, okay.
And then she cooked it again for the actual recording of it.
Right, so actual cook show rules. I get you.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Really does make a lot of sense.
I appreciate the insight.
Ranson said, at a timestamp, is Cam a voice actor? He's really good at this.
It's really hard to get into that industry. I don't think anything will ever happen. But if you have a project, let me know.
And then Darth DBzilla chimed in on that comment and said, I also think Kim would be an incredible voice actor.
Why are there two? Leave me alone. I'm scared.
You have been perceived.
That's okay. We've all been perceived by Alicia Delantano, who said, well, last week we had a moment where we talked about how if she had requested I get her something silly and borderline insane, so just hand grenades, that I would be willing to do it. And her reply was, Lamau, I have the power. Followed by no grenades needed at the moment, but hey, good to know.
I think I appreciate it because I think I remember going really hard on that bit last week. I'm glad she saw it and went Lamau.
And I replied and said, with great power comes the opportunity for comedy, which I find to be true. So I also posted a clip that I made of Alicia this week on Twitter. Go find it. That is all that we have to say to folks. There's actually no birthdays that I could find this week. If I missed it, let me know if I missed any cool birthdays, and we will, of course, celebrate them in the future. But I think that's it for us this week, guys.
That's it.
Yeah, I think a lot of our additional planned backup content will just have to be pushed for next week.
Yeah.
Basically. So thank you again for tuning in. We always really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.